Welcome back to the party, everybody. This is Morty, and I am your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Everybody hit that like and subscribe. You know I would do it for you, and let's party. Everybody, well, whatever. Since we're a little late, let's jump right in. Guys, again, hit that like, subscribe if you are new, and hit that bell. I am live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and sometimes whenever I feel like it. So, like I said, hit that bell. Let's dive right in, guys. If you cannot hear the video, please do let me know. Hey.
6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country. We have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years, and we are just getting started.
There we go. Standing O. Standing O. All right. So if you guys are just joining, of course, this is the speech with the Joint Congress from last night. Our boy Donald Trump with JD Vance and Mike Johnson behind him. Shout out to Jaden in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. So watch the whole thing. It was amazing. Other than 2 morons got kicked out, but mostly we talking about Trump. We love you, Trump and Vance. Hell yeah. We also got our boy Indy Bill. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. And shout out to King Nirvana. Said, I'm gonna come. Welcome, 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 guys. Of course. I wasn't sure, whether or not we were going to cover this because I figured it was like big news, but it also kind of happened late last night. And then most of you guys got to work today. So I was like, it's just too big to ignore, and a little bit of a victory lap, right? I mean, it was a banger. So if you didn't see it, then you're in luck. If you did, then we're just going to be going through the ins and outs and what actually is being said, what's being said on the surface, and what is the double meaning? What is he actually telling and communicating to us? So again, please do hit that like and subscribe. Let's dive right back in.
I returned to this chamber tonight to report that America's momentum is back, our spirit is back, our pride is back, our confidence is back, and the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before.
Got you, bro. Got you, bro. Shout out to M169. Welcome to the party. Very good to see ya. Said, buckle up. This speech was a fire. And yes, I have not watched it in full yet. I have not seen everything in full yet, as I like to do with you guys. I'll watch just enough to make sure, oh yeah, we in on this, and then try to give you as fresh of a reaction as possible. So I've only seen a little bit of it. So we're going to get into it. As M169 said, buckle up. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
The American dream is unstoppable, and our country is on the verge of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps will never witness again.
We ain't gonna
never been anything like it. The presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades. We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 312 votes. We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our
big numbers, the best numbers. Uh-oh. Liberal tears, baby. Drowned out by patriotism. And you can already tell Mike Johnson's like, yo, what's his name? Not Tom Green, something Green. Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down. Sit down, boy. And so, yes, obviously with the applause breaks and stuff, I sped it up a little bit. Let me know if it's too fast, but it is a speech, so he does speak slower than normal conversation.
1 counties in our country, 2,700 to 525. on a map that reads almost completely red for Republican.
Yeah.
Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever.
So already this has to be the most ruckus, the most crazy speech like this in at least recent, the last 20 years? When's the last time it was this raucous in there? Shout out to Matthew King. Welcome to the party. No, that was Biden who said do not come after he was like, come on over, surge the border. But no, in the debate, that was the debate, right? I'm gonna come. Welcome to the party. And yeah, Johnson's on it, baby. He is on it.
Record, 27-point swing, the most ever. Likewise, small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded, a 41-point jump.
Spoilers, bro. Spoilers.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning. Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order to the joint session.
Boot him out.
Take your seat.
Let's just watch him get carried out. Bye. Bye. Hot as balls down here. Hey, get the fuck out. Hey, what was his name?
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House.
Representative Al Green.
President, continue.
Al Green.
Over the past 6 weeks.
And before we dive back in, let's shout out to Ty Cobb. Welcome to the party. Very, very good to see you. And guys, if you would like to support the channel, head on over to TheIndianJesus.com for your very own official merch, including the patriotic American flag Indian Jesus only at TheIndianJesus.com. Guys, we do also have a Discord server that is absolutely free to join 24/7. We are in there hanging out, having a great time. I definitely suggest you come on over. It's a great place to meet people and have interesting conversations. And like I said, it is absolutely free to join. However, if you are a member of this channel here on YouTube, you can scroll right below the video there, hit that join button. There's a few different tiers here, but it starts at just $2.99 a month. Gets you members only live streams. Going to be doing a bunch more of those from now on, and all that other good stuff as well. But it also comes with the full Discord server. So it is free to join Discord, but it is we just got the free chat where, again, we do hang out all day, but there is plenty more, including the voice chat. So we are headed there for an after party. As soon as we are done here, we have to worry about any YouTube censors, anything like that. And you are not stuck behind your keyboard. You're actually on screen with me and everybody else. It is a good time, guys. Definitely come and join us. Yes, Al Green, the Democrat from Texas. Loser.
I have signed nearly, thank you. Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions, a record to restore common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth all across our wonderful land. The people elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it.
God damn right. And a lot of people have been, especially since the Zelensky thing, a lot of people have been talking about how, like, oh, this is so like high school and blah, 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 blah. Like, welcome to politics. Welcome to politics. That's all of this is just posturing. That's all any of this is. And so Al Green, our boy over here, is trying to get some clout for the people in his district, the very few Dems in Texas, actually. I mean, now there's a lot more, but that's all he's doing. That's all he's doing. They're all doing that. So before anybody is like, oh my God, this person is so petty. This person's like they're in high school. That's the game. It's a feature, not a bug.
In fact, it has been stated by many that the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful in the history of our nation. By many.
You see JD looking over at the spattering the spattering laughs. They're showing, oh, hey, is it
The most successful in the history of our nation. By many.
Is it funnier that he said that, or is it funnier that they think it's funny? Is this the song? You'll never find.
And what makes it even more impressive is that, do you know who number 2 is? George Washington. How about that? How about that? I don't know about that list, but we'll take it. Within hours of taking the oath of office, I declared a national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and Border Patrol to repel the invasion of our country. And what a job they've done. As a result, illegal border crossings last month were by far the lowest ever recorded, ever.
That's bad because I'm not going to stand and clap for that because
They heard my words and they chose not to come. Much easier that way. In comparison, under Joe Biden, the worst president in American history, there were hundreds of thousands of illegal crossings a month, and virtually all of them, including murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people from mental institutions and insane asylums, were released into our country. Who would want to do that? This is my 5th.
Who would want to do that? How did I ever walk this earth and hate that man? How did that happen? My brain was rotten, but now it is fixed.
Such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do.
Shout out to Jaden. Welcome to the party. Very much appreciate your early on thing. And says Trump is the best, of course. Welcome to the party. And guys, if you have not hit that like button, I would very, very much appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded.
Oh, wait, he's already done all 3 of those things. I mean, I'm not jabbed and never would take it, but he did do all 3 of those things.
And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what. Five times I've been up here. It's very sad, and it just shouldn't be this way.
You know, they want to, well, let's see. How well can you hear me over the applause? Because we'll get through this a lot faster if I could just talk over the applause, and then when he starts talking, I'll get pause again. So let's do that. This is the party that talks about how divisive Trump is. Yet here is a perfect opportunity to talk about how whether or not, you know, what was going on, you know, during the last administration or the election cycle or any of those things. These are objectively good things. These are empirically good things. Word up. All right, so we will definitely slide right through this. Jaden said, imagine Lion Kamala Harris was there. I hope she was. I would be. I mean, she has no position anymore, right? She was VP and then Speaker, and now that's Johnson and JD. Yeah, what would she be there for? She's just sitting at home with a Xanax and a glass of wine, like, oh, it could have been me. It could have been me. It could have been me. No, bitch, it could not. Shout out to Dixie Insider. Welcome to the party. Said Skull. So the only way to make them stand, smile, applaud is to successfully convince them it's opposite day. Bingo. Yep. welcome to the party, and absolutely perfectly said, yep, she's unemployed now. What a loser. Sucks to suck, bitch.
Democrat sitting before me, for just this one night, why not join us in celebrating so many incredible wins for America? For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
It's just that simple. That's what we're here to do. And whether you think he's a bad guy, the policies
Every day
are clearly saving money for the American people. The policies are clearly moving us in a better direction. So I certainly expect the average Kamala voter to still be salty. But the election's over. The election's over. Y'all lost. This is your president. This is our president. And you're just gonna double, triple, quadruple down on, no, orange man bad. Jen said, I hope she goes back to where she came from. And I hope she's crying because let me just say, that bitch really thought she was going to win. And yeah, okay, she thought completely wrong. Bro, she's already announced that she's running again in 2028. And I am here for it. I might just personally donate to her just so that we can see her on the world stage again. Because what great entertainment.
Today, my administration is fighting to deliver the change America needs to bring a future that America deserves, and we're doing it. This is a time for big dreams and bold action. Upon taking office, I imposed an immediate freeze on all federal hiring, a freeze on all new federal regulations, and a freeze on all foreign aid. I terminated the ridiculous Green New Scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars.
Wait, didn't he give a
Climate Accord?
Didn't he?
New scam.
Oh, the Green New Scam. Yeah, Tim Walz has also said he wants to run in 28. Did you guys see? HBO is terrible with copyright, so I'm not even going to do the side quest. But did you guys see that this week on Bill Maher's show, you know, when he does his new rule, okay, can we just and his final thing, they clip it and put it on YouTube. I don't fucking watch that show, but I do always like to see what his new rules segment is. I said no drunk chicks. Well, I mean, not in office, but we do like drunk chicks in general, just to be clear there. But yeah, Bill Maher was saying, you know, we need somebody who is going to be a little bit better at talking to the average man. I give you John Fetterman. Bro. He wants the 28 ticket to be Fetterman and Buttigieg. Okay, bro, go for it.
I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars that other countries were not paying.
But now the climate is going to be changed.
I withdrew from the corrupt World Health Organization. And I also withdrew from the anti-American UN Human Rights Council. We ended all of Biden's environmental restrictions that were making our country far less safe and totally unaffordable. And importantly, we ended the last administration's insane electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto workers and companies from economic destruction.
Yeah, Maher has his moments. I agree. I think that Bill Maher is a good person to kind of keep your finger on the pulse, because he is very much in the orange man bad TDS camp, but he also has a side of him that recognizes the I mean, for now we'll still call it wokeness, but it's evolving. For now, he sees the problem with wokeness. He sees the problem with a lot of the issues. And he would be great. He would be the person I would point to on the left to be the voice of reason, if there was one. But he would be the top if he didn't have TDS so bad. It's crazy to me. It makes more sense to me that you'd be like, I don't know, pick anybody, that you'd be, you know, orange man bad and also have all of these terrible leftist positions. That makes sense to me. But seeing the problems with wokeness and seeing the problems with all of the policies of the Democrats and then still hating Trump does not make sense. Jaden asked, did you see her video of her speaking when she lost? I was laughing the whole time. She's a funny one. She's like, it's better, your best, Donald Trump, you know what he's done. I'm Swiss, what? Huh?
To unshackle our economy, I have directed that for every one new regulation, 10 old regulations must be eliminated, just like I did in my very successful first term.
Because again, that's a core value that we want to shrink the government.
In that first term, we set records on ending unnecessary rules and regulations like no other president had done before. We ordered all federal workers to return to the office. They will either show up for work in person or be removed from their job.
If they can list 5 things they've done last week. Isn't that crazy that people were actually crying about that? 5 things that I did in a 5-day work week?
Government where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me. How did that work out? Not too good. Not too good. And I've stopped.
I think I've seen this. And I do remember enjoying whatever the last special I saw from him. And I do think he's a good comedian. I just think he's, politically retarded.
All government censorship and brought back free speech in America. It's back. And 2 days ago, I signed an order making English the official language of the United States of America.
I think I knew this, but I guess I did not know this. English was not the official language of the United States?
What?
Why? That's retarded. Guys, also don't forget about that swole goal. Tonight we are getting Morty some more peanut butter, so get those super chats in. $2 and up counts, and we can make it happen. Shout out to Eckhart Troll in the building. Welcome to the party. So JD looks like the main character from Deliverance. The 72 or the 2024 version. We got who's the guy? So maybe we're looking at the 70s version. Oh. What the hell? Deliverance. Who are we talking about? I don't know. You're gonna have to show some work there. Yeah, right. Well, did you guys see the clip of him talking to Mike Johnson right before they started? Where it's like, how do you be right here, just on camera, not talking, but you have to be very conscious for all this time? And Mike Johnson like, well, it was worth when Biden was, and he tried to pull the mic away, but not in time. So your support of Palestine changes how JD Vance looks? What? MLS9 said that is long overdue. No, it wasn't, which makes 0 sense. Okay, we're talking about Burt Reynolds. All right, so let's go back to Burt Reynolds from Deliverance here. Let's do no, where the hell is it? Where's the other tab? Oh, right. Nope, wrong one. Oh, it's behind, that's why. Stupid! I'm doing way too much work for this. Oh my god, this stopped being worth it so long ago. Why didn't it do that again? No, just leave that there. Okay, that's what we're looking for. I don't know. And I usually hate when people are like, oh, this person looks like that person. And then someone comes in and like, actually, their nose is a little bit different. It's like, I didn't say he's a spitting goddamn image. It's just like he reminds me of it. But I don't know. I don't see it. But Eckert said, I love hillbillies. I am one. There you go. And we still have not watched Hillbilly Elegy in Discord. Guys, make sure you join up and let's make that happen. All right. At least I'm not alone. At least I'm not alone. I do not see it. But I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Burt Reynolds is pretty cool.
I renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. And likewise, I renamed.
I'm going to assume these are lines from the movie, but hey, you know what? I appreciate the compliments.
And likewise, I renamed for a great president, William McKinley, Mount McKinley again.
All right. Really? Was that where the stand? Was that where the standing O? I mean, we could have got that.
We've ended the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military.
That's such a big one because the need to have that as a more than just a cultural push shouldn't be there at all. It should be just a cultural discussion. Politics, especially at the federal level, should be out of that. And we should be, as adults and as Americans, be able to, figure this out. That no, in fact, there are not more than two genders. But since we can't, that is the right decision. Call it. I figured. It sounded a little weird, but I'll take it.
And our country will be woke no longer.
Dilly do that.
We believe that whether you are a doctor, an accountant, a lawyer, or an air traffic controller, you should be hired and promoted based on skill and competence, not race or gender. Very important.
Hey, shout out to Godfrey. Welcome to the party. Said, good evening. What's rockin'? But what language was it before? That's what I'm asking. German? Also, Trump is still down for DEI when it comes to the Jews. How so? I definitely don't love how much he likes Israel. But this is something I just asked about on my community tab, that if you're, against Israel or something around there, what exactly is it? Is it the state of Israel existing? Is it the Jewish people? Is it both? Or is it just American money going to other countries? I don't know. And, you're a little bit closer to that one than me across the pond. But, I don't know if I agree. But, of course, that makes you the new sponsor of the stream. That's one already to the swell goal. Thank you so very, very much, sir. Hopefully it will let me copy and paste your name because I'm not good at spelling.
And competence, not race or gender. Very important. You should be hired based on merit. And the Supreme Court, in a brave and very powerful decision, has allowed us to do so. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. We have removed the poison of critical race theory from our public schools, and I signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Hooah! And shout out again to Godfrey. Thank you so much. And the libs will get so mad that this is part of the platform. But as I was saying before, it's y'all's fault. We could have just had this as a cultural discussion, and you guys think this, and we live this way, and but you had to push and push and push and push and push, and it's because there was so much money in these gay, straight, or not gay, straight, these LGBT NGOs. They got gay marriage, and then they're like, what do we do now? And the Democrats just let them run wild, and then they want to be mad that that Trump is president. I mean, what did you think was going to happen? Matthew said, honestly, wish these people would sit down and stop clapping every damn sentence. That's I was like, let me see how it works with me talking over them. So at least we could get through it a little bit. Ty says MEI rather than DEI, merit, excellence, and intelligence. I am here for it. Shout out to Arjun. Welcome to the party. Very good to see you. Good to see ya. Gottfried said, well, how about his tax reductions for foundations and the good amount of foreign aid? Anyways, yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I don't know if I would call it DEI. I agree with you about a lot of that stuff. But, again, kind of a different conversation. Let's take the victory lap. And either way, very much appreciate the donation. Welcome, Argent. Let's dive right back in.
Signed. I also signed an executive order to ban men from playing in women's sports.
Same thing. Why do we need laws about this? Because you pushed it too far.
Ago, Peyton McNabb was an all-star high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports. But when her girls' volleyball match was invaded by a male, he smashed the ball so hard in Peyton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side.
Put one in the chat if you have not seen that video.
And ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Peyton is here tonight in the gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team, or they will lose all federal funding.
You haven't seen that? Oh my goodness, bro. That was not cool. Check this out. So it was at San Jose, and yeah, just exactly what he said happened.
After 6 teams forfeited games against San Jose State's women's volleyball team this season, and 9 athletes filed an injunction to remove a player from the Spartans team, citing reports that she's a transgender athlete, a judge has now weighed in on the growing controversy, giving SJSU a win, not on the volleyball.
Hold on. I think it's the wrong trans volleyball injury. I want to see it. So we got this one here. Bam! One more time. You got your boy over here, your homeboy over here. Brain damage. Insane. And yet again, something that would not be a federal issue. Something that would not be discussed in front of Congress had it not been for the activists pushing this over and over and over and over, despite honestly and clearly seeing that the American people are not for it.
And if you really want to see numbers, just take a look at what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting, track and field, swimming, or cycling, where a male recently finished a long-distance race 5 hours and 14 minutes ahead of a woman for a new record by 5 hours. Broke the record by 5 hours. It's demeaning for women, and it's very bad for our country. We're not going to put up with it any longer.
I said men can't walk in heels no matter how much duct tape they use for their tucks. Hey, do not disrespect Ron DeSantis like that. That man walks in heels, well, I guess not well enough that we couldn't see. So I take that back. You are correct. That's a telltale sign, right?
What I have just described is only a small fraction of the common sense revolution that is now, because of us, sweeping the entire world. Common sense has become a common theme, and we will never go back. Never going to let that happen.
Never go back.
Among my very highest priorities is to rescue our economy and get dramatic and immediate relief to working families. As you know, we inherited from the last administration an economic catastrophe and an inflation nightmare.
Yep.
Yeah,
but Trump said he was going to bring down the price of eggs, but eggs are expensive, bro. Like, come on.
Policies drove up energy prices, pushed up grocery costs, and drove the necessities of life out of reach for millions and millions of Americans. They've never had anything like it. We suffered the worst inflation in 48 years, but perhaps even in the history of our country. They're not sure. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this damage and make America affordable again.
It really is just not affordable to live. Like, how many of you are actually like hurting, just not because you can't go on vacation, not because you can't buy a new gadget, but just paying bills, paying rent, buying food, paying gas, all of these things. And we're struggling. We're struggling. And I will never, forego an opportunity to, to give thanks to my parents, specifically Papa Lutch, for putting me in an amazing position, and also for not spoiling me with that position. Because I will never, ever, 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 ever be on the street. Papa Lutch would not let that happen. But he ain't just bankrolling my life. So, there's levels to this shit. And so many of us are just struggling, trying to live. Remember when we used to go out? We used to buy drinks. We used to buy dinner. I haven't gone out to dinner in forever. Well, except for that one girl I dated, and that was stupid. But, whole other story.
Joe Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control. The egg price is out of control.
Guys, don't wax your, manscaping is plenty.
And we're working hard to get it back.
I mean, I don't care, but hey, shout out to our boy Funk Master General. Let's see if that alone, I'm not even gonna look at him. Let's see if that gets him here. No question, no comment, just pure love of the Overlord. There he is. Thank you so much. And guys, let's celebrate Funkmaster's third ever super chat on a live stream. Welcome to the party, brother. Very good to see you, even though Star Trek is gay. Just kidding. Love you. I haven't seen it, wouldn't know. Ty said, haven't eaten outside my house since the plague. Yeah, me neither. Unless Papa Lutch was taking me out to dinner, then I ain't eating shit now. To be fair, I have gotten maybe a little bit more DoorDash than I should have. But it was a heavy winter here. It was a heavy winter here. Diving back in.
Price is out of control, and we're working hard to get it back down. Secretary, do a good job on that. You inherited a total mess from the previous administration. Do a good job.
Indeed. Like you said, we've only
major focus of our fight to defeat inflation is rapidly reducing the cost of energy. The previous administration cut the number of new oil and gas leases by 95%, slowed pipeline construction to a halt, and closed more than 100 power plants. We are opening up many of those power plants right now. And frankly, we have never seen anything like it. That's why on my first day in office, I declared a national energy emergency.
Mm-hmm. So in Times it says, I buy expensive cheeses and make charcuterie for one. Now, I mean, you definitely, I don't think many of us are like destitute. I think we have little things here and there that, are either vices or luxuries or both. I don't think too many of us here are like destitute, but we're struggling. When cheese and charcuterie is your luxury. I mean, we could be doing better. We definitely could be doing better. Nice cheeses and charcuterie should be standard fare. I don't know how old you are, but once you're over 30, it should not be, not saying that you're trying to flex, but it shouldn't be a flex that you have expensive cheese. I mean, unless it's like really expensive cheese, then I kind of want to taste, but either way, that's exactly the point. Yeah, and still we are struggling. Muxes9 said it's been since before the pandemic, since my family has gone out to eat together, and that is not an uncommon story. It's just between the prices going up, between people being afraid, and just people getting used to a new way of living. It just doesn't happen anymore. I mean, I definitely feel bad for the kids who lost out on the type of childhood that we had. Where you're just going out, you're getting into trouble, you're partying. They don't do that anymore. And I don't know if it's a good thing, because a lot of us got that out of ours. I mean, even somebody like me who was into drugs, like hard drugs, into my my mid-20s, then even that. But most people, kind of get into drinking or whatever in their 20s, and then you go, or I mean your teens, and you grow out of it in your 20s. But if these kids are not even going down that road, and what's to say that they won't have that itch as they're 35, 40, 50, be like, okay, I got to do something. I mean, I'm certainly reaching with that one, but I'm saying it's an issue. It's an issue for sure. Gottfried said, could Trump please declare a national emergency for Germany? The questions the question is, I don't know what that means, but hey, I mean, if he could, I'm sure he would. But hey, if, he can't be president again here, so maybe he's your next. What do you guys got? A prime minister or whatever the fuck? Maybe he can run Germany next. Maybe. Yeah, kids. Oh, the social skills in kids are just abominable.
A national energy emergency. As you've heard me say many times, we have more liquid gold under our feet than any nation on earth, and by far. And now I fully authorize the most talented team ever assembled to go and get it. It's called Drill, Baby, Drill.
So when he says go get it, do you think he means that they should fabricate the oil? Or much like find me the votes, is he saying that already exists, just go retrieve it? Just saying. Shout out to Kelly Green. Welcome to the party. Very good to see you, sir. Did you see the speech yet?
My administration is also working on a gigantic natural gas pipeline in Alaska, among the largest in the world, where Japan, South Korea, and other nations want to be our partner with investments of trillions of dollars each. There's never been anything like that one. It will be truly spectacular. It's all set to go. The permitting is gotten. And later this week, I will also take historic action to dramatically expand production of critical minerals and rare earths here in the USA.
The only thing keeping Zelensky potentially alive.
To further combat inflation, we will not only be reducing the cost of energy, but we'll be ending the flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars.
I want to see that every time they go to the applause. Like, obviously we know what JD and Mike are going to applaud for. I want to see the Democrats, or at least the entire room. I want to see them turn that camera around every time. So I said, excuse moi? There'll be no drilling unless it's in the dentist chair. Fuck the... Oh, I hate the dentist. I hate the dentist. Ugh.
And to that end,
you're not for drill, baby, drill time?
I've created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. Doge. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps.
Let's go!
Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
No, he's talking about oil. Well, I mean, mining oil. Yeah, not the rare earth minerals. He was talking about the oil as opposed to the minerals. But not that that's off the table. But drill, baby, drill refers to the oil.
Thank you, Elon. He's working very hard. He didn't need this.
Shout out to Unwanted Foe. I imagine he will be. Actually, I'll just copy the link. And he just posted this in one of the not free channels on Discord. And we were just talking about this. Government corruption and Doge. Off of the exact same thing we were just talking about it. Shout out to Unwanted Foe. Hey, we got Godfrey with another one. Again. So could we do a survey on how much we pay per kilowatt hour? In what context? What do you mean by that? Like, you want us to see, or you want it to be seen based on? I don't know. I'm not really sure what you're asking. But thank you very, very much. Out sponsoring your goddamn self. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe. They just don't want to admit that.
Nope.
Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified. $22 billion from HHS to provide free housing and cars for illegal aliens. $45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is.
I was going to say, I don't even know what that is. And shout out to D. Welcome to the party. Trump indeed is killing it. Welcome.
$8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of.
I honestly would have no fucking clue. I have no idea. I know I pay like 85 to 120, 150 bucks a month, depending on the time of year. I don't look at the I don't look at the kilowatt hour. I would have no idea. What is this about? This what I just missed?
In the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of. $60 million for indigenous peoples.
Me too, D. Me too.
And Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America. $60 million. $8 million for making mice transgender. This is real. $32 million.
They're turning the frogs gay.
For a left-wing propaganda operation in Moldova. $10 million for male circumcision in Mozambique. $20 million for the Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. It's a program. $20 million for a program. $1.9 billion to recently created Decarbonization of Homes Committee, headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her? A $3.5 million consulting contract for lavish fish monitoring.
That's an interesting point. He said I'd be okay with the mice study if it was learning how to make them not transgender. Yeah, you just do nothing. They come not transgender. That's a problem that the God I don't believe in already solved.
$1.5 million for voter confidence in Liberia.
Okay, there you go. There you go, Godfrey. We got somebody who knows a little bit more about their bills than I do.
$1 for social cohesion in Mali. $59 million for illegal alien hotel rooms in New York City.
Waste.
He's a real estate
fraud,
developer. He's done very well.
And abuse.
$250,000 to increase vegan local climate action innovation in Zambia. $42 million for social and behavior change in Uganda. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. $47 million.
I'm going to speed up this part where he's just listing off stuff because it's all horrible. It's all BS, and we know it. But
$1 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. Asia's doing very well with learning. I know what we're doing. We should use it ourselves. And $101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education, the most ever paid.
Your wish come true,
under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about them. They're so bad. Many more have been found out and exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people, headed up by Elon, and we appreciate it. We found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud.
I have not. I actually hadn't heard about the ruling. So I'm gonna have to look into that.
And we've taken back the money and reduced our debt to fight inflation and other things. Taking back a lot of that money. We got it just in time. This is just the beginning.
It's not monopoly money. I mean, it kind of is in the sense that it's fiat currency, but it's not monopoly money in the sense that all that money, all of those programs, every single dollar, whether it's monopoly money or not, if it's in your pocket, you can use it to live. So, yeah, in the sense that all money is monopoly money, but it's no different than the money that you get paid for your work. It literally is that money. So, yeah. Godfrey said, Any Film said to Godfrey, come to the U.S. We got free speech and cheap electricity. He said they're forcing Trump to give USAID $2 billion back in a 5-4 decision. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that because I mean, depending, given the numbers that I've heard, that doesn't necessarily mean the worst thing, because if they're spending let's say they're just use a number, if they're using $1 trillion and we cut $1 trillion, and they're like, okay, no, we need $2 billion of that back. Okay, I mean, hey, that's $1 trillion minus $2 billion back. What is that? 98. You know what I mean?
Money, we got it just in time. This is just the beginning. The Government Accountability Office, the federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation, and we are working very hard to stop it. We're going to. We're also identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors.
Again, if you're just joining us, I've sped up the part where he's just kind of listing off numbers.
And that our seniors and people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old.
Remember though, we did look, did look that up, and that chart where it has like millions of people over 150 and people up to like 300, those checks were not going out in those numbers.
It lists 3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not quite that elderly. 3.47 million people from ages 120 to 129.
And don't get me wrong, that this isn't an issue. We just want to be transparent, and it's not like all of those checks were going out.
3.9 million people from ages 130 to 139. 3.5 million people from ages 140 to 149. And money is being paid to many of them, and we're searching right now. In fact, Pam, good luck. Good luck. You're going to find it. But a lot of money is paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid, and nobody does, and it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159, and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old. We have a health.
Yikes. So Ty, I mean, I'm definitely interested in looking at every dollar that is spent, but stuff like this is so far down the list. When you listen to the things that he's just listed, I'm okay with the fact that, given I have to pay taxes, that those taxes go to helping my countrymen. Now, I don't want that abused. I don't want there to be any more money than taken out of my pocket than needs to be. And I do have an issue with the concept of taxes to begin with. But this is far from the most egregious example of waste, fraud, or abuse.
Healthier country than I thought, Bobby.
Seems like a good ending line.
To finish, 1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229. One person between the age of 240 and 249. And one person is listed at 360 years of age. More than 100 years. More than 100 years older than
America. Yeah.
But
look at that face. Look at that face.
But we're going to find out where that money's going, and it's not going to be pretty. By slashing all of the fraud, waste, and theft we can find, we will defeat inflation, bring down mortgage rates, lower car payments and grocery prices, protect our seniors, and put more money in the pockets of American families.
And again, I want to see the camera turn around and look at all the Democrats saying, no, I am not in favor of putting money back in the pockets of American families. Know that. This is all a show. This is all a game. Show it.
And today, interest rates took a beautiful drop, big, beautiful drop. It's about time. And in the near future, I want to do what has not been done in 24 years, balance the federal budget. We're going to balance it.
Balance, as all things could be.
With that goal in mind, we have developed in great detail what we are calling the Gold Card, which goes on sale very, very soon. For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the Green Card, but better and more sophisticated. And these people will have to pay tax in our country. They won't have to pay tax from where they came. The money that they've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs. They'll also
They don't want you to hear or say the truth.
The money that they've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs. They'll also be taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them in our country instead of having them being forced out. Number one at the top school, as an example, being forced out and not being allowed to stay and create tremendous numbers of jobs and great success for a company out there.
He just spit on his suit here. But Godfrey, that's exactly what I was saying. Let him finish. We need him for the next 4 years. But then he can't be in government. Or he can't be president. I highly doubt he wants to be in government. And it's not like he can't be of influence to the government from Germany. So start the campaign now. Is it you guys have a president or a prime minister? Either way, start that campaign now. And it's Trump, baby. If he gets another opportunity in office, he might just take it.
Create tremendous numbers of jobs and great success for a company out there. So while we take out the criminals, killers, traffickers, and child predators who are allowed to enter our country under the open border policy of these people, the Democrats,
I'm gonna try. Is it Wegmuller? Wegmuch? Is there? I don't know. How close is that?
Biden administration, the open border insane policies that you've allowed to destroy our country. We will now bring in brilliant, hardworking, job-creating people. They're going to pay a lot of money, and we're going to reduce our debt with that money.
Hell yeah. With the tariffs, where are we going to get all the money for the tariffs?
Americans have given us a mandate for bold and profound change. For nearly 100 years, the federal bureaucracy has grown until it has crushed our freedoms, ballooned our deficits, and held back America's potential in every possible way. The nation founded by pioneers and risk takers now drowns under millions and millions of pages of regulations and debt. Approvals that should take 10 days to get instead take 10 years, 15 years, and even 20 years before you're rejected. Meanwhile, we have hundreds of thousands of federal workers who have not been showing up to work. My administration will reclaim power from this unaccountable bureaucracy, and we will restore true democracy to America again.
Again, why are we not looking at the Democrats saying we don't like that?
And any federal bureaucrat who resists this change will be removed from office immediately. Because we are draining the swamp. It's very simple. And
it's about time.
Days of rule by unelected bureaucrats are over.
Well, everybody knows that they're going to clip that and then put, well, Elon is doing, we're making cuts here. And, like, oh my God, unelected president, you just said that. No, not quite, but no harder.
And the next phase of our plan to deliver the greatest economy in history is for this Congress to pass tax cuts for everybody. They're in there. They're waiting for you to vote. And I'm sure that the people on my right, I don't mean the Republican right, but my right here, I'm sure you're going to vote for those tax cuts, because otherwise I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office. So I'm doing you a big favor by telling you that.
I don't think, at least those people that are there, maybe not Democrats in general, but those people that are there, I don't know how much of them are going to get elected again as it is.
Group is going to be voting for the tax.
Okay, so we got Gottfried Vegemeiler. Let's see. Is there somebody like famous who has your name? Walter. Pronouns. Weckmuller? Weckmuller? Is that close? Vic. Oh, so but that has the okay. Weckmuller. Oh, look. Wait, no, is that it?
You are looking at Julian's pronunciation guide, where we look at how to pronounce better some of the most mispronounced words in the world, like this.
All right, moving on. Shout out to Cheddar Steve over on Rumble. Welcome to the party. So Pocahontas got totally ass-fucked and is too stupid to realize it. I disagree with you there, sir. I disagree. I saw that clip. And she was mad. But like I was saying before, you have to remember that this is all a show. This is all a high school musical. So she can't be seen to be taking that too personally, because she knows she's on camera. And that is not how that is not how she wants to be seen. So I disagree with you, Cheddar Steve. That I think she knows exactly, like, ooh, that was square in the jaw, right in the kisser. Gover said, not at all. Mr. Evil asked me the same. It's a made-up name. So's the TheIndianJesus. In case you didn't know.
It's a very, very big part
More
of our plan.
difficult?
We had tremendous
Scheiße,
success in our first term with it. A very big part of our plan. We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board. And to get urgently needed relief to Americans hit especially hard by inflation, I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors.
Wait, but he said he was going to do that, and then he didn't do it on day one, so you must regret your vote, right, Trump voters? Stupid. Jesus. A lot of people do. Hey, shout out to Guam Tag. Welcome to the party. Said, man, it's been a while since a presidential address actually made me proud of my president and the administration. Even though the Dems were cringe as hell, you can't stop the Trump train. God damn right. Welcome to the party, sir.
And I also want to make interest payments on car loans tax deductible, but only if the car is made in America.
I mean, I'm never buying an American car again, but it's good for the economy. Never heard of them.
We're going to have growth in the auto industry like nobody's ever seen. Plants are opening up all over the place. Deals are being made. Never seen. That's a combination of the election win and tariffs. It's
again, if I did bring it back down to 1.3, but if it is too fast, we can bring it down to 1.25 easily.
A beautiful word, isn't it?
Let me know.
That, along with our other policies, will allow our auto industry to absolutely boom. It's going to boom. Spoke to the majors today, all three, the top people, and they're so excited. In fact, already numerous car companies have announced that they will be building massive automobile plants in America, with Honda just announcing a new plant in Indiana.
Wait. So he's saying just the car being built in America, not an American company. Bet. Even better. Because now we can instead of importing the cars themselves, have them built here. They'll be cheaper because we won't have to ship them. And there'll be less red tape and taxes and bureaucracy and bullshit. Money for everyone except the people who don't deserve it and are now getting way too much of it. Cheddar Steve said, how dare you disagree with the great Cheddar Steve? Well, I could be wrong. I definitely could be wrong. But I'm not.
The largest anywhere in the world.
Love you, bro. Would you want me to just...
And this has taken place since our great victory on November 5th, a date which will hopefully go down as one of the most important in the history of our country. In addition, as part of our tax cuts, we want to cut taxes on domestic production and all manufacturing. And just as we did before, we will provide 100% expensing. It will be retroactive to January 20th, 2025. And it was one of the main reasons why our tax cuts were so successful in our first term, giving us...
Tell me about it.
Our tax cuts were so successful in our first term, giving us the most successful economy in the history of our country. First term. We had a great first term.
You got balls. You got balls.
If you don't make your
which is my real nickname too.
Product in America, however, under the Trump administration, you will pay a tariff, and in some cases, a rather large one.
A tariff? Oh no! Tariffs are the worst thing ever, said the Democrats.
Countries have used tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to start using them against those other countries. On average, the European Union, China, Brazil, India, Mexico, and Canada, have you heard of them? And countless other nations charge us tremendously higher tariffs than we charge them. It's very unfair. India charges us auto tariffs higher than 100%. China's average tariff on our products is twice what we charge them.
Is it true that Canada? I don't remember what the goods were specifically, but there's a 250% tariff going their way.
And South Korea's average tariff is 4 times higher. Think of that, 4 times higher. And we give so much help militarily and in so many other ways to South Korea, but that's what happens. This is happening by friend and foe. This system is not fair to the United States and never was. And so on April 2nd, I wanted to make it April 1st, but I didn't want to be accused of April Fool's Day.
You should have done that.
That's not just one day, which costs us a lot of money. But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person. April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in. And whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will
tariff them back.
Tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth. Whatever they tax us,
common sense.
We will tax them.
Common sense. Incentivizing them not to raise tariffs because we will do the same.
Non-monetary tariffs to keep us out of their market, then we will do non-monetary barriers to keep them out of our market. There's a lot of that too. They don't even allow us in their market. We will take in trillions and trillions of dollars and create jobs like we have never seen before. I did it with China and I did it with others, and the Biden administration couldn't do anything about it because there was so much money they couldn't do anything about it. We have been ripped off for decades by nearly every country on earth, and we will not let that happen any longer.
Let's go, let's go. I just put a new poll, guys. Do you trust what Trump is saying?
Much has been said.
Very broad, but do you trust what Trump is saying?
Over the last 3 months about Mexico and Canada. But we have very large deficits with both of them. But even more importantly, they've allowed fentanyl to come into our country at levels never seen before, killing hundreds of thousands of our citizens and many very young, beautiful people, destroying families.
I actually knew a Shahid as a kid.
Nobody's ever seen anything like it.
There was 47 Patels in my graduating class in high school. That's a lot of Indian people.
Many very young, beautiful people destroying families. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. They are, in effect, receiving subsidies of hundreds of billions of dollars. We pay subsidies to Canada and to Mexico of hundreds of billions of dollars, and the United States will not be doing that any longer. We're not going to do it any longer.
What are the avocado desperados? I have not heard that phrase ever in my life. Sabina, good fuck.
Thanks to our America First policies we're putting into place, we have had $1.7 trillion of new investment in America in just the past few weeks. The combination of the election and our economic policies that people of SoftBank, one of the most brilliant anywhere in the world, announced a $200 billion investment. OpenAI and Oracle, Larry Ellison, announced $500 billion investment, which they wouldn't have done if Kamala had won. Apple announced $500 billion investment. Tim Cook called me. He said, I cannot spend it fast enough. It's going to be much higher than that, I believe. It'd be
Really? That's interesting. I feel like that's a whole rabbit hole that I would need to go down. But I'm allergic to avocados. So aren't avocados famous for going bad really quickly? It seems like that would be the worst thing to trade. I don't know.
Building their plants here instead of in China. And just yesterday, Taiwan Semiconductor, the biggest in the world, most powerful in the world, has a tremendous amount, 97% of the market, announced a $165 billion investment to build the most powerful chips on earth right here in the USA.
Okay.
And we're not
and Tom made it up. I like that then. The avocado desperados. There you go. I've only ever had one bite, so no.
Giving them any money. Your CHIPS Act is a horrible, horrible thing. We give hundreds of billions of dollars, and it doesn't mean a thing. They take our money and they don't spend it. All that meant to them, we're giving them no money. All that was important to them was they didn't want to pay the tariffs.
I can't. You could. I can't, because despite what Ty is saying here, indeed, I am allergic to them.
So they came and they're building, and many other companies are coming. We don't have to give them money. We just want to protect our businesses and our people. And they will come because they won't have to pay tariffs if they build in America. So it's very amazing. You should get rid of the CHIP Act, and whatever's left over, Mr. Speaker, you should use it to reduce debt. or any other reason you want to.
Again, are we getting any clapping for reducing debt from Democrats?
Our new trade
No.
policy will also be great for the American farmer. I love the farmer.
Best farmers ever. I said avocado translated from the Mayan is testicle. Does look like a testicle. A big one. A big black one. But a testicle indeed.
Who will now be selling into our home market, the USA, because nobody is going to be able to compete with you. Because there's goods that come in from other countries and companies. They're really in a bad position in so many different ways. They're uninspected. They may be very dirty and disgusting, and they come in and they pour in, and they hurt our American farmers. The tariffs will go on agricultural product coming into America, and our farmers, starting on April 2nd, it may be a little bit of an adjustment period. We had that before when I made the deal with China, $50 billion of purchases, and I said, just bear with me. And they.
So already that means that we are going to see that whatever adjustment period means, it's not fun. So whatever is going, because there is a status quo now, and then there's something better in the future, because there's a transitional period, and everybody's going to be like, see, Trump made everything worse. Sometimes things have to get a little bit worse before they can get better. And I think so many things in America fall squarely into that category. Shout out to equality and deference because vagina. I said, well, you see, Democrats are evil. Yeah, right about that. D said cartels tax avocados and limes at $50 per hectare per month, apparently. Interesting. 169 said, I can't bring myself to try avocados. It just looks gross to me. And if it looks gross, I'm not trying it. I mean, apparently the rest of the entire millennial generation loves them. But yeah, I don't really like I used to love bananas before I got allergic to them too one day randomly. But usually mushy is not a texture that I really like. So when I'm allergic to the shit that can be translated to testicle, I guess. I mean, maybe, but I can't eat guacamole. So, did you eat the one bite with mango? Because you're probably allergic to something else and it's mistaken identity. No, it was, I used to work at Panera. And so when the avocado craze started, we had a turkey and avocado sandwich. So the bread I had eaten all the time, same turkey, same, or it was a new cranberry sauce, but I can eat cranberries, no problem, and avocado. So it was nothing else on the sandwich that I hadn't eaten. And if you work in a restaurant or a restaurant or anything like that, then when new food comes in, then you've got to try it so that you can tell customers what it tastes like and know what you're talking about. And I took one bite, and my throat started getting scratchy. And I'm not deathly allergic to anything as far as I know, but bananas, avocados, cashews, pistachios, and I think a couple other nuts. No diddy. And so I said, you're allergic to Panera. Mystery solved. Not at all. I ate so much Panera when I worked there. I got fired for taking a literal garbage bag of food home. Now, shouldn't be an issue. They were going to throw it in the garbage. But that's neither here nor there. So definitely not allergic to Panera. It's way too expensive, but definitely not allergic.
When I made the deal with China, $50 billion of purchases, and I said, just bear with me. And they did. They did. Probably have to bear with me again, and this will be even better. That was great. The problem with it was that Biden didn't enforce it. He didn't enforce it. $50 billion.
So this is a clip that, at 44 minutes into his speech, whenever this, or as April 2nd, when this stuff kicks in and there's that adjustment period and the Dems are complaining, show him this. No, I did not hit the microphone. That was your audio, not me. I'm perfect at this. Quality said avocados are a very healthy fat. Like eggs are excellent protein. That don't help me. Avocados are great, said Any Film. If you're not allergic, cut them open and eat with a spoon. I wish I could. Kalani said, that's gay-tarded fuckery, firing you for not wanting to waste food. That's what I said. Now, there was, I mean, a lot of it was brownies and cookies, and a lot of that stuff does get donated when when the night's over. But I waited till the people that worked with the homeless shelter or whatever came in. They usually take the bakery items, and whatever's left over, they just throw in the garbage, and usually you can take it home. But there was a lot of it. I think it was like the end of a quarter or end of something, and they bake stuff fresh every day. But something like the that bag of, I don't know if they still have it, but at the time, the bag of 12 chocolate chip cookies, and then the brownies in the box. They make those every day, but they can last a few days. So by the end of the quarter or the month or whatever, there's going to be a buildup. And so the homeless shelter people are going to take so much, and the rest goes in the garbage. Why the fuck can't I take it home? I was way poorer then, and I was on drugs. I needed that shit.
Right. The problem with it was that Biden didn't enforce it. He didn't enforce it. $50 billion of purchases, and we were doing great, but Biden did not enforce it. Oof. And it hurt our farmers. But our farmers are going to have
That's worse. That's worse. That's definitely worse. Mangoes are amazing, especially if you ever had a fresh mango. My grandma, who lives in Trinidad, Tobago, has a mango tree in her backyard. Bro, a fresh mango versus something you get in the supermarket is different. It's different.
Did not enforce it, and it hurt our farmers, but our farmers are going to have a field day right now. So to our farmers, have a lot of fun. I love you too. I love you too. All going to happen.
They never seemed to have a problem with it until it was an entire garbage bag.
Impose a 25% tariff on foreign aluminum, copper, lumber, and steel, because if we don't have, as an example, steel and lots of other things, we don't have a military, and frankly, we just won't have a country very long. Here today is a proud American steelworker, fantastic person from Decatur, Alabama, Jeff Denard.
Decatur? I barely know her. So it sounds like 100% of you do trust what Trump is saying. So I'm going to try to dig a little bit deeper and find something where, we're not all being sycophants. Let's see. There's got to be something that we don't like here.
Fantastic person from Decatur, Alabama, Jeff Denard, has been working at the same steel plant for 27 years in a job that has allowed him to serve as the captain of his local volunteer fire department, raise 7 children with his beautiful wife, Nicole, and over the years provide a loving home for more than 40 foster children. So great, Jeff.
Good line. Now, Quality said, don't stop the steal. Like S-T-E-E-L. The steal. Nice to put you guys up here.
Thank you, Jeff. Stories like Jeff's remind us that tariffs are not just about protecting American jobs. They're about protecting the soul of our country. Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be
Rumble, do not make me regret putting you on screen.
A little disturbance, but we're okay with that. It won't be much. No, you're not. Oh. and look where Biden took us. Very low, the lowest we've ever been. Jeff, I want to thank you very much. And I also want to recognize another person who is
That's awesome. Maui is beautiful.
Devoted herself to foster care community. She worked so hard on it. A very loving person, our magnificent First Lady of the United States.
I'm more interested in JD's guys, again, don't forget about the Discord server. It is free to join. Link pinned at the top of the chat. Come on through and hang out with us 24/7.
Melania's work has yielded incredible results, helping prepare our nation's future leaders as they enter the workforce. Our First Lady is joined by 2 impressive young women, very impressive. Haley Ferguson, who benefited from the First Lady's Fostering the Future initiative and is poised to complete her education and become a teacher. And Elliston Berry, who became a victim of an illicit deepfake image produced by a peer. With Elliston's help, the Senate just passed the Take It Down Act. And this is so important. Thank you very much, John. John Thune, thank you.
I'm not really understanding what the gold card plan is supposed to be.
Thank you all.
Much like I'm not fully understanding what he wants to do with the crypto reserve. And again, it's not that I've read into it and I just don't fully understand it. I just haven't taken the time to look into it. But yeah, well, dicey. But trust until we have a reason not to. Traded mangoes for a cab fare, all itchy and grinning. Well, there you go, making it work for you. Like I said, avocado has to be basically hidden for me or turned into a spread. I'm not into it by itself, but it's super healthy, so I have to find ways around it. Chocolate fudge avocado spread is actually pretty good with fruit. It sounds so.
Thank you very much.
I could if I would.
Thank you. And thank you to John Thune and the Senate. Great job. To criminalize the publication of such images online is terrible, terrible thing. And once it passes the House, I look forward to signing that bill into law. Thank you. And I'm going to use that bill for myself, too, if you don't mind. Because nobody gets treated worse than I do online. Nobody.
True.
That's great. Thank you very much to the Senate. Thank you.
Shout out to the Senate. And guys, really quick, if you are enjoying this, make sure you share the video. It does not even matter if you think anybody is going to click on it. Just plaster it wherever you can. Just by you hitting the share button, just by plastering the link anywhere, it helps out and tells YouTube that you like it and they should show it to more people. So even if you don't think people are going to click on your link, you will still help out the entire community just by sharing the video. Arjun said nobody with more than $5 million in a corrupt country would come over here and want to pay these taxes, to be honest. In what respect? What specifically are we talking about?
But if we truly care about protecting Americans' children, no.
I kind of, Equality is asking, am I the only one who hates political speeches? I mean, they are a good way to take the temperature of what's going on. But I definitely see how it's, again, just theater.
No step is more crucial than securing America's borders. Over the past 4 years, 21 million people poured into the United States. Many of them were.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to look more into this before I say anything on it. I don't fully understand it.
Murderers, human traffickers, gang members, and other criminals from the streets of dangerous cities all throughout the world. Because of Joe Biden's insane and very dangerous open border policies, they are now strongly embedded in our country. But we are getting them out and getting them out fast.
Why do you hate them, Equality? What specifically about political speeches do you hate?
Thank Tom Homan and Christy. I want to thank you and Paul of Border Patrol. I want to thank you. What a job they've all done. Everybody, Border Patrol, ICE, law enforcement in general is incredible. We have to take care of our law enforcement. Have to. Last year.
I mean, I'll take some avocado flavored heroin. Well, said, first time I've shared a Rumble video. Thank you so very, very much, guys. We definitely had more shares this week than we've had in previous, so it is helping out, and I really, really do appreciate it. So dilly to each and every one of you. Big shout out to King Nirvana, has been sharing everything, every single video, and we're getting more people. The numbers are rising. It is helping. Thank you, guys.
Last year, a brilliant 22-year-old nursing student named Laken Riley, the best in her class, admired by everybody, went out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia. That morning, Laken was viciously attacked, assaulted, beaten, brutalized, and horrifically murdered.
And whatever he's going to say, the Dems are still not going to clap for just a random girl getting murdered by a legal alien who already had been arrested and not deported. Insane.
Laken was stolen from us by a savage illegal alien gang member who was arrested while trespassing across Biden's open southern border and then set loose into the United States under the heartless policies of that failed administration. It was indeed a failed administration. He had then been arrested and released in a Democrat-run sanctuary city, a disaster, before ending the life of this beautiful young angel. With us this evening are Laken's beloved mother, Allison, and her sister, Lauren.
Yeah, quality. I mean, this is one of the biggest things about this. You know, Tom Peg said it before as well, that it's almost jarring to finally see a president speaking English, speaking in complete sentences, conveying thoughts that actually make sense. Whether you agree with them, whether they are the most high-minded thing is a different story. I'm not saying that, he's got the biggest and best words, but I am saying that he is communicating properly using the English language. How low the bar has fallen. And I mean, that was the big thing with Obama, that, he's such a great orator. And I think he is / was. But the substance of what he was saying is why people like Bill Maher are looking at a John Fetterman, because he spoke like an elite. Obviously, Trump is an elite. He is the rich of the rich of the rich of the rich. But he's able to tap into what the average person wants, thinks, and feels. And it's not easy. That's why he is so uniquely poised to do this. But it's not impossible. If they try, they can do it. They just have to get rid of the really damaging, I don't know if I want to say ideology, I guess, perspective that they are better than you. They genuinely believe that they are better people than you. And most often, they are objectively worse. So when they, all this posturing, again, is theater. Equality. Come on, what happened? There we go. Equality. Oh, my goodness. He said, Trump is financially elite, but not one of the elites. Again, I'll disagree. I think he is one of the elites, but in the same way that I am an atheist, but I'm not one of the militant atheists. I am an atheist. I'm just not like the rest of them. Trump absolutely is an elite. He has never been in a life where money or status or anything has not actively worked in his favor. That is being an elite. But the attitude that typically comes with that is a little bit different. And he doesn't act like the everyman. He just understands how to talk to the everyman. And that's very different. A lot of the shout out to Dave Smith was talking about how recently, somewhat recently, it started where the elites specifically started to dress down and try to act like they are the everyman. Specifically, we have John Fetterman, as we've been talking about, but the people like what's his face, fucking Zuckerberg, with his glow up, and he's cool now. He does this and that and that and that and whatever. And it's fake. Like, it's fake. Put on a goddamn suit. You are not fooling anybody because you're wearing a t-shirt. Hey, shout out to Godfrey. One again. Thank you. Out sponsoring yourself. Morty, eat it. You lazy fucker. It's right there. Thank you. So very, very much. Said, Overlord, from the enchanted land, hero of tales, master and friend, may the glory forever last, that it be a blast. Oh, gotta head out. Thank you so very, very much. I assume it's pretty late or early there. Either way, you have a great night. Thank you so very, very much. Everybody put Godbraid in the chat, sponsoring the stream. Very much appreciated, sir.
That we would, last year I told Laken's grieving parents that we would ensure their daughter would not have died in vain. That's why the very first bill I signed into law as your 47th president mandates the detention of all dangerous criminal aliens who threaten public safety. It's a very strong, powerful act.
Remember when Biden got her name wrong? In the breed that I got breed.
It's called the Laken-Riley Act. So Allison and Lauren, America will never, ever forget our beautiful Laken Hope Riley.
Willy Dilly, the Laken-Riley. Could still be alive.
Thank you very much. Since taking office, my administration has launched the most sweeping border and immigration crackdown in American history, and we quickly achieved the lowest numbers of illegal border crossers ever recorded. Thank you.
Even if Biden was some, like, let's just say even not a great president. Let's say Biden was a run-of-the-mill president. And, you know, he did some good stuff and he did some bad stuff. And of that bad stuff was the border as it was. No matter what Biden could have done, the fact that the border got so bad and then got fixed so quickly would absolutely decimate any legacy with the Biden, the Biden name. Ty is not happy. Why? Well, why? It sounds like you don't give a fuck. Where's this coming from? Where's this coming from? Out of left field. Guamtag said, "Wouldn't be surprised if Biden messed it up on purpose." I would. I don't think he's smart enough to be able to think about, what's her name? I'm going to say something different. I don't think so.
Media and our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation. We must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president.
What do you guys think about this? Let's go. So again, we have only one person saying that they disagree with something. I think that was somebody talking about the gold card. But I'm curious if if Ty is the only one, or if you guys also feel this way about Laken-Riley. So let's say, is Trump exploiting? Or okay, I'll keep this going. I got you.
Thank you. Joe Biden didn't just open our borders, he flew illegal aliens over them to overwhelm our schools, hospitals, and communities throughout the country. Entire towns like Aurora, Colorado, and Springfield, Ohio, buckled under the.
So I'm gonna stop here, because D, you're saying what you're saying here is absolutely true and needs to be highlighted. The border crisis was a feature of the Biden administration, not a bug. If you remember when they were, I don't remember exactly if it was when they were running. It would make more sense to me if it was right after he got elected. But they were specifically saying, "Surge the border, surge the border." Let's see if we can find that right quick. Biden surge the border.
I would, in fact, make sure that we immediately surge to the border. All those people are seeking asylum. They deserve to be heard. That's who we are. We're a nation that says if you want to flee and you're fleeing oppression, you should come.
Yikes. That's bad, okay?
The weight of the migrant.
Let's back that up.
Colorado and Springfield, Ohio, buckled under the weight of the migrant occupation and corruption like nobody's ever seen before. Beautiful towns destroyed. Now, just as I promised in my inaugural address, we are achieving the great liberation of America.
Equality says, I think Trump would be closer to genuine care than just using a murder for political ends. I agree. Argent said, someone explain asylum. Does that mean anyone from Mexico can just seek asylum? Well, under Biden, abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. What it's supposed to be is, and don't quote me on this, but what it's supposed to be is that you have a provable reason that you need to escape the country that you're in, And then you go through a port of entry. You are specifically coming in not as an economic migrant or anything else, but specifically seeking asylum. And then that is supposed to kind of kick you up ahead of the line because you're actively escaping danger. But as Trump said, it just was not enforced.
But there still is much work to be done. Here tonight is a woman I have gotten to know, Alexis Nungari from Houston. Wonderful woman. Last June, Alexis's 12-year-old daughter, her precious Jocelyn, walked to a nearby convenience store.
Oh, God.
She was kidnapped, tied up, assaulted for 2 hours under a bridge, and horrifically murdered. Arrested and charged with this heinous crime are 2 illegal alien monsters from Venezuela.
Of course.
Released into America by the last administration through their ridiculous open border. The death of this beautiful 12-year-old girl and the agony of her mother and family touched our entire nation greatly. Alexis, I promised that we would always remember your daughter, your magnificent daughter. And earlier tonight, I signed an order keeping my word to you. One thing I have learned about Jocelyn is that she loved animals so much. She loved nature. Across Galveston Bay, from where Jocelyn lived in Houston, you will find a magnificent national wildlife refuge, a pristine, peaceful, 34,000-acre sanctuary for all of God's creatures on the edge of the Gulf of America. Alexis.
Put one in the chat if you do not know specifically why he changed the name of Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. Matthew King said, I don't know if exploiting is the right word. He is using her for political gain, as all politicians do. If she didn't help his position, we would have never heard of her. Absolutely agreed, which is precisely why I didn't use the word or a phrase using her for political gain, because I think they're they're not necessarily the same thing. So if you don't like, I think it's pretty obvious that Trump does genuinely care about immigration and about a strong border. So that was there before. And then there was the Laken Riley incident. So of course he's using it for his political gain, but the exploitation would be if he didn't care and only because of the fact that he could get political gain. I don't see it that way. I see this as an example of something that he's been beating his drum about since the very beginning. And that's why specifically I think exploitation is the right word. Because I definitely agree that he's using her for political gain, but is that necessarily a bad thing? I think Laken Riley herself, I don't know her personally, but I would assume if you've been murdered by an illegal, a criminal alien, that you would probably not want other women, other people, to also be killed by criminal aliens. So again, just based on a general thing, I think she'd be okay with it. Ty said the man is an expert at manipulation, honed since toddlerhood at his daddy's knee. He's oily and impeccable in his infallibility. We're talking about politics. Can you show me somebody who does not fit this in any meaningful level of politics? So the question that is not from the very beginning, with any politician, the question has never been, do we think this is a gold-hearted moral person? That's not what politics is about. Politics is about, can this person help me personally? And can this person help my country? And I don't see how you can say no. I don't see how you can say no. Asylum means no sanctuary. Damn it. It's been a while, but I forgot what I asked for the ones. What was the one for? Sorry. I got way better at that, but I completely forgot. Damn it. What was it for? Matthew said, I voted yes, but I don't believe it to be bad. Fair. Okay, that's fair. Ty said he's shocking his audience with horrific imagery. Right. Why is that bad? It is a horrific thing that happened. and we don't. Oh, thank you. It's a horrific thing that happened that we don't want to happen again. How? So okay, let's turn it around then. How would you then strengthen your message that we need to strengthen the border and stop illegal immigration to this level of effectiveness without using a specific person? And why would you not want to do that? Shout out to Armas. Welcome to the party. No, sir, I am not a Christian. I'm a fan of Jesus, but definitely not a believer. So yes, the Gulf of America. There was a bill somewhere under Biden that was specifically about drilling, and it named that you could not drill in the Gulf of Mexico. Didn't say anything about the Gulf of America. Beautiful. Quality said, if you are here illegally and murder someone, you should be buried alive in maggots. And yeah, any film said horrific imagery equals reality. People need to understand. And if we take it outside of this and we talk about the religious stuff, and why I say that even though I'm an atheist, that it's not good enough for people to just know right from wrong and behave properly. They need a narrative. They need a mission. It's because people need that imagery. People need that thing, that unifying thing, to take it away from this amorphous, well, bad people are here and this could happen and that could happen. And in the future, then voting, that is definitely part of the issue. But a young girl dying is specifically and exactly why we don't want illegal immigration. So I don't see that as exploitation. He was saying, hey, we don't want this because a bad thing can happen. And then the bad thing happened. He's like, see, I told you the bad thing could happen. I don't see that as bad in any possible way.
Moments ago, I formally renamed that refuge in loving memory of your beautiful daughter, Jocelyn. So, Mr. Vice President, if you would, may I have the order?
Except America before the last few years, which is precisely the point. He said, I think atheism is the least tenable religious position. If anything other than theistic, agnostic would be the best position. Well, lucky for you, I am an agnostic atheist. Shout out to Equality and Deference. Thank you for hanging out. I'm going to bring it back down here because I know you're any film you are also watching on YouTube. All right, people, we get it.
All three savages charged with Jocelyn and Lakin's murders were members of the Venezuelan prison gang, the toughest gang, they say, in the world, known as Tren de Aragua. 2 weeks ago, I officially designated this gang, along with MS-13 and the bloodthirsty Mexican drug cartels, as foreign terrorist organizations.
Oh, yeah. With 10 votes, it seems 3 of you are against using Laken Riley's name, but the rest of us see the exact reason why Laken Riley is dead. Because nobody listened.
They are now officially in the same category as ISIS, and that's not good for them. Countless thousands of these terrorists were welcomed into the U.S. by the Biden administration. But now every last one will be rounded up and forcibly removed from our country, or, if they're too dangerous, put in jails, standing trial in this country, because we don't want them to come back ever. With us this evening is a warrior on the front lines of that battle, Border Patrol Agent Roberto Ortiz. Great guy.
I mean, he wasn't one of the ones trafficking minors, right? I sure hope not. So at least the propaganda that Trump is using actually happened.
Bingo.
Exactly. Most of the propaganda the other side has used has been nothing but lies or obfuscation. And that's the part that I don't get. It's like there's not a world where we have American politics where people are not using propaganda. We don't have a world where the president is going to be some morally amazing person. That's just not how it works. Those people get ground out. And so you can, and this isn't aimed at anybody in particular, but when we have these types of conversations about how this is not a good person or that's not, on either side, whether it's Trump or Biden or Kamala or any of these people, the attack that they're not a nice person, that doesn't mean anything. You are not in the position where you have a choice to have a moral person as the president of the United States. That is not how the system works. You are fooling yourself if you think, this is a bad person, is enough of a reason to say that the other person is better. And it unfortunately is a dichotomy. And again, you can make yourself feel better by voting, third party or writing somebody in. But we know that doesn't do anything. And so things like bringing somebody like Trump, who is not a career politician, into this and changing the game and slowly moving things in a direction where the average person has their voice heard. That is how you change things. Yes, correct. That's what I've been saying. That's exactly what I said. And then what are we doing with this? His morals are suspect. Okay. And then when you say things like that, it implies that the rest of us don't understand that Trump is not some Jesus figure. And I mean, maybe in general, people will see him that way, but certainly on this channel, I don't think anybody here is licking Trump's balls just for the sake of it. I think we all are very critical and have come to the understanding that this guy is just better. Exactly. All right.
January, Roberto and another agent were patrolling by the Rio Grande near an area known as Cartel Island. Doesn't sound too nice to me. When heavily armed gunmen started shooting at them, Roberto saw that his partner was totally exposed, at great danger, and he leapt into action, returning fire and providing crucial seconds for his fellow agent to seek safety, just barely. I have some of the prints of that event, and it was not good. Agent Ortiz, we salute you for your great courage and for your line of fire that you took.
Wait a minute. If you give zero fucks, then why you chatting and chatting? Oh, he's worn out. He's bad. He's this. He's that. He's that. He's that. He's that. But actually, I don't care. Okay.
And for the bravery that you showed, we honor you, and we will always honor you. Thank you, Roberto, very much. To the border. And I actually got to know him on my many calls to the border. He's a great gentleman. The territory to the immediate.
15 minutes on the goal, guys. 15 minutes. We are 1/5 of the way there. Let's get Morty his peanut butter.
South of our border is now dominated entirely by criminal cartels that murder, rape, torture, and exercise total control. They have total control over a whole nation, posing a grave threat to our national security. The cartels are waging war in America, and it's time for America to wage war on the cartels, which we are doing.
Mons, if we could drop the join link whenever this banner comes up. Thank you very much. Hey, shout out to the Funk Master General again. Thank you. So, oh my God, he is so lazy. There is literally 4 inches between my hand and his face. There's 4 inches. I know it's raining out. You're doing good. I know. Actually, he is doing pretty good given how heavy it's raining. It's pretty rainy out. I said I'm amoral, asocial, introverted, and reclusive. I've paid my dues. Fair enough. Thank you again, Funk Master General. That's 4 out of 15, guys. One more, and we're 1/3 of the way there.
Mexican authorities, because of our tariff policies being imposed on them, think of this, handed over to us 29 of the biggest cartel leaders in their country. That has never happened before. They want to make us happy. First time ever.
It's almost like having good relationships with people that we don't like on the world stage is actually a good thing.
But we need Mexico.
Agreed. And it's especially this time of year, because this is the time of year where, it's starting to get warm and we get to go out and do our daily walks. And, I'll take him out for, a regular walk, like in the winter. But, he don't like the cold. I don't like the cold. And so, it's not the bare minimum, but we go out. But when it gets warm, then every day we take a big, long walk around the whole development. And he loves it. Luckily, yesterday it was nice. And I think I put it on Twitter or somewhere. I don't know. But we were out and I had to pick something up and I had to wait for it. And so I was just going to walk. I brought him with me and we are just going to walk around the parking lot. We were walking and I saw something through the trees and there was a baseball field. I was like, oh, awesome. So we go in there. He had his freedom. He loved it. He loved it. And now he needs his peanut butter to get his energy back.
Time ever. But we need Mexico and Canada to do much more than they've done, and they have to stop the fentanyl and drugs pouring into the USA. They're going to stop it. I have sent Congress a detailed funding request laying out exactly how we will eliminate these threats to protect our homeland and complete the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than current record holder President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a moderate man, but someone who believed very strongly in borders. Americans expect...
Snowing. Damn, it's like 60 degrees here. So the rain I don't like, but I will take rainy and 60 over snow any goddamn day. Shout out to Indyville with the $3 Rumble rant. And of course, we will make that count towards our SWO goal. So that right there, we are a third of the way there. That's a 5. And now we've got 6. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I got to check the numbers here. We might have a new sponsor, but again, Mr. Funk, Master General. Guys, you are amazing. Thank you so very, very much. And he said, rain makes corn, corn makes whiskey, whiskey makes my girl frisky. Hey, I am down with that. Except for the fact that I don't have a girl right now. So, but thank you very, very much. Let's dive right back in here.
But someone who believes very strongly in borders. Americans expect Congress to send me this funding without delay so I can sign it into law. So, Mr. Speaker, John Thune, both of you, I hope you're going to be able to do that, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Mr. Leader, thank you. Thank you very much. And let's get it to me. I'll sign it so fast, you won't even believe it.
Trumpism indeed. The Trumpism indeed. It's so fast. The fastest signing, the only way now.
We reclaim our sovereignty.
Wait, I was going to say, what happened to our captions here?
We must also bring back law and order to our cities and towns.
Liquor? I barely even know her. Shout out to Akon, man. We would never, ever, ever be able to say the word liquor without him being, liquor? I barely even know her.
In recent years, our justice system has been turned upside down by radical left lunatics. Many jurisdictions...
With the point.
Radical left lunatics. Many jurisdictions virtually ceased enforcing the law against dangerous repeat offenders while weaponizing law enforcement against political opponents like me. My administration has acted swiftly and decisively to restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law, starting at the FBI and the DOJ. Pam, good luck. Cash, wherever you may be, good luck. Good luck. Pam Bondi.
There you go.
So important.
Really quick, guys, if you are new here and you are enjoying the show, please, not only can you hit that like button, but subscribe. I am live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and sometimes whenever I feel like it. And I do plenty, and going to be more members streams. So join up as a member. That'll get you full access to the free Discord server pinned at the top of the chat. Come on and join us. This show is just the beginning.
Going to do a great job. Cash.
Lick
Thank
on
you.
the front, Looker in the rear.
Thank you, Cash.
Shout out to Cash Patel, Dan Bongino.
They've already started very strong. They're going to do a fantastic job. You're going to be very proud of them.
Mm.
We're also once again giving our police officers the support, protection, and respect they so dearly deserve. They have to get it. They have such a hard, dangerous job, but we're going to make it less dangerous. The problem is the bad guys don't respect the law, but they're starting to respect it, and they soon will respect it. This also includes our great fire departments throughout the country. Our firemen and women are unbelievable people, and we'll never forget them. And besides that, they voted for me in record numbers, so I have no choice. 1 year ago this month, 31-year-old New York police officer Jonathan Diller, unbelievably wonderful person and a
Diller? Well, barely even that one. New poll, guys. Which is closer to your position? Fuck the police or back the blue? Which is closer?
great officer, was gunned down at a traffic stop on Long Island. I went to his funeral. The vicious criminal charged with his murder had 21 prior arrests, and they were rough arrests, too. He was a real bad one. The thug in the seat next to him had 14 prior arrests and went by the name of Killer. He was Killer. He killed other people, they say, a lot of them. I attended Officer Diller's service, and when I met his wife and one-year-old son, Ryan, it was very inspirational, actually. His widow's name is Stephanie, and she is here tonight. Stephanie, thank you very much, Stephanie. Thank you very much.
Well, maybe I do. Maybe I don't care. I'm going to take what I want. Joke.
Stephanie, we're going to make sure that Ryan knows his dad was a true hero, New York's finest, and we're going to get these cold-blooded killers and repeat offenders off our streets, and we're going to do it fast. Got to stop it. They get out with 28 arrests. They push people into subway trains. They hit people over the head, back of the head with baseball bats.
They set them on fire. On fire. Guys, we got 4 votes, and we're 50-50. I want to see a winner on this. I want to see a winner. Get your votes in.
We got to get them out of here. I've already signed an executive order requiring a mandatory death penalty for anyone who murders a police officer. And tonight I'm asking Congress to pass that policy into permanent law.
Nope, not for it. Not for it. I am not proponent of the death penalty. I do not trust the government, even Trump's government, to determine who should live and who should die. I'm totally fine with you deciding this person should be locked up and taken from society. But in my personal opinion, taking a life is a bridge too far, and we've already seen too many. One is enough, but we've already seen too many people get what's the word? Have convictions overturned from like DNA evidence or whatever else, and I can't. Ty said the officer I wrangled with is dead now. Wrote a song about it. Want to hear it? Sure. MX9 said back the blue. However, it doesn't mean I don't recognize the fuckery that some cops get up to. For example, the Massachusetts State Police is corrupt as hell. Free Karen Reed. Who's Karen Reed? Let's tell us a little bit more about Karen Reed. Matthew said, I accept that we as a society need police, but I do not trust any of them. I believe they are severely lacking in training. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's your job? A fucking policeman? Now we got 8 votes. We're still at 50-50. Are we going to be split the whole time? Maybe. It would make sense. It definitely is one of those issues. And I mean, I purposely, phrased it in a way that is not easy to answer. I'm forcing you into a box.
Asking for a new crime bill getting tough on repeat offenders while enhancing protections for America's police officers so they can do their jobs without fear of their lives being totally destroyed. They don't want to be killed. We're not going to let them be killed. Joining
Yep, I don't know whatever this was a reference to.
us at the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
I'm sure you guys have seen this. And that even for a little kid, who wants to be a police officer, which he doesn't have the understandings of the nuances of, good cops and bad cops and corrupt laws and all that. He doesn't understand that. He wants to be a cop because he wants to help. Not a clap, not a sound from the Democrats. Not a peep.
But in 2018,
nope, no middle ground. Staying on business, which is closer to your position. Unless you are dead center. If you are dead center, which I don't believe that anybody could be absolutely dead center, not leaning 1% more to fuck the police or 1%. Well, okay, I don't agree. I mean, I agree that they're necessary, but you can agree that they're necessary and say fuck them, and you can agree that they are necessary and back them for that. That's not that. There's a reason that I asked the question that I asked. If I wanted to have a nuanced position on, well, cops are needed, but, they can be bad. Obviously, we know that. That's why it's a difficult question. So, actually, you got a 1 there, so I'll wait for a number 2. And, oh, yeah, they don't like you talking about their precious police. They don't like it.
But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer.
Put M169, put a slash at the end of your last one, because 1 out of how many? I don't know.
The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
So any film, so what versions are you watching? The version I saw cut away to the guests. I'm on Fox 5. I mean, we're kind of almost done here, but yeah, I did see a lot of cutaways and clips that I've seen, but I mean, yeah.
Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer. Actually, a number of times. The police love him. The police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
Hey. Yeah, I'm looking. I don't see anything. I mean, if somebody has a better link where they're doing that, we are like 2/3 of the way through here, but we could definitely switch up. And again, M169, if you give me a slash to let me know you are done, we'll go through them all at one time.
Thank you, DJ. DJ's doctors believe his cancer likely came from a chemical he was exposed to when he was younger. Since 1975, rates of child cancer have increased by more than 40%. Reversing this trend is one of the top priorities for our new presidential commission to make America healthy again, chaired by our new Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy, Jr.
Yeah, now that you say that, Anycom, I'm kind of pissed that I didn't realize that they weren't cutting away at all. We definitely could have found a different version, but focused on the facts. Focused on the facts.
With the name Kennedy, you would have thought everybody over here would have been cheering. How quickly they forget. Our goal is to get toxins out of our environment, poisons out of our food supply, and keep our children healthy and strong. As an example, not long ago, and you can't even believe these numbers, 1 in 10,000 children had autism, 1 in 10,000, and now it's 1 in 36.
Damn. Excuse me. So M169 had said back the blue. However, it doesn't mean I don't recognize the fuckery. Massachusetts State Police is corrupt as hell. free Karen Reed. She's accused of hitting her boyfriend, a Boston police officer, with her SUV and leaving him to die in the cold in January 22. The feds investigated the investigation. The feds investigated the investigation. It was so bad, the FBI hired crash experts to see if she could have hit him, and they said no. His injuries aren't consistent with the car hitting him. No broken bones, but his face was beat up. He was found on the lawn of another police officer. Local and state police never questioned him. There's so much more that I can't put in a YouTube post. So basically, just rules for thee, but not for me. The thin blue line doesn't fucking matter what you did. You're on our team. Makes a lot of sense. And that's why so I guess last minute, if anybody wants to hit that poll, let's break that tie. There's 10 of you here, and there's only 8 votes. Ty said, I like to believe RFK is mending some generational curse. I hope so. Anyone said it was bothering me. I guess they don't want the public to see a happy 13-year-old brain cancer survivor. Yeah, they didn't even cut away to that. I'm sorry, guys. I should have recognized that earlier. All right, what do we got? So we are at 110 out of 139. 110 out of 139. Okay, so hold on. We're gonna do a little
10,000.
Okay, we'll do autism then. Give me a second. Yeah. This. Control F autism. Actually, let's go. So we're at. I'm gonna put this here so I remember. But let's go back to Daniel. Really?
And now it's 1 in 36.
Nope, that's not. Why didn't it go to the thing? Where'd it go? $130.28.
Police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
Not one Democrat. Not one Democrat.
But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
It's cringe for a 13-year-old to want to be a cop. Oh, I missed this. Sorry. Arjun said, if you say F the police, then you also say F doctors. There's way more medical malpractice that harms people than police misconduct yearly. No. So that's a completely different concept. There's not a pattern of people of doctors using their position to openly commit crimes that benefit themselves, and the aspect of victimizing other people. Of course, we could talk about the trans doctors and all that stuff, but I mean that's just such a different thing. It's just not a good comparison at all. That's not That's not why people dislike
Since that time,
the police.
DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer. Actually, a number of times. The police love him. The police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
Can you say more on this? Because I just feel like this is a fundamental misunderstanding of the reason that everybody is here. What do you think the reason for everybody being here is? The worst case, we'll go to the end of the speech. We'll go back and we'll see if we can get some good reaction moments. Oh, so you're just saying shit to face. Okay, fair enough. Engagement helps.
Thank you, DJ.
Again, not one of
DJ's
them.
Doctors believe his cancer likely came from a chemical he was exposed to when he was younger. Since 1975, rates of child cancer have increased by more than 40%. Reversing this trend is one of the top priorities for our new presidential commission to make America healthy again, chaired by our new Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy, Jr.
Yeah, this is what we want. Shout out to Tulsi back there.
With the name Kennedy, you would have thought everybody over here would have been cheering. How quickly they forget. Our goal is to get toxins out of our environment, poisons out of our food supply, and keep our children healthy and strong. As an example, not long ago, and you can't even believe these numbers, 1 in 10,000 children had autism, 1 in 10,000, and now it's 1 in 36. There's something wrong, 1 in 36, think of that. So we're going to find out what it is, and there's nobody better than Bobby and all of the people that are working with you. You have the best to figure out what is going on. Okay?
Shout out to Dro92 over on Rumble. Said, what's the poll? Is it on YouTube? Yes, indeed. It is on YouTube. I just ended it, but feel free to come on over. But the question was, which is closer to your position? Fuck the police or back the blue? Which is closer?
Okay, Bobby, good luck. It's a very important job. Thank you. Thank you. My administration is also working to protect our children from toxic ideologies in our schools. A few years ago, January Littlejohn and her husband discovered that their daughter's school had secretly socially transitioned their 13-year-old little girl. Teachers and administrators conspired to deceive January and her husband while encouraging her daughter to use a new name and pronouns. They, them pronoun, actually, all without telling January, who is here tonight and is now a courageous advocate against this form of child abuse. January, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Stories
You and all the libs.
like this are why, shortly after taking office, I signed an executive order banning public schools from indoctrinating our children with transgender ideology.
Finally. That is a battle that has... The battle has been won. The war rages on. The trans war rages on, but the battle has been won.
Signed an order to cut off all taxpayer funding to any institution that engages in the sexual mutilation of our youth. And now I want Congress to pass a bill permanently banning and criminalizing sex changes on children and forever ending the lie that any child is trapped in the wrong body. This is a big lie. And our message...
Yeah, they're called liberals.
...to every child in America is that you are perfect exactly the way God made you.
Or, for the atheist here, how you were born.
Because we're getting wokeness out of our schools and out of our military, and it's already out, and it's out of our society. We don't want it. Wokeness is trouble. Wokeness is bad.
I'm not a survivor. I don't think I've been through anything close to death. I mean, knock on wood, but Funk Master didn't survive.
It's gone. It's gone. And we feel so much better for it, don't we? Don't we feel better?
Like, I think, Ty, I think you need to realize that you're absolutely fair to have your opinions. That's absolutely fair. Whatever you feel is legitimate. But it seems like you're looking at this in a way that is causing you to have these negative emotions where they don't necessarily need to. I'm you know, again, I'm not trying to tell you not to feel what you feel, but it just doesn't match the reality that we're looking at. That telling the story of a young boy who survived cancer and wants to be a police officer as an inspirational story, and then then saying that that's a vulgar display is just not a vulgar display. So I can understand that you don't like it. Shame is not a negative feeling. Shame is not. You literally said, "I'm ashamed." That is an emotion. That is a negative emotion. Sounds like you're trying to convince yourself more than anybody else. And I mean, I'm not trying to come at you. I'm just trying to. I don't know you. I'm just reading words on a screen. But it seems like you're mad at something else, and you're projecting it onto here. Because anytime we ask you to dig into, okay, why is this bad, or why is this not something? I don't know. Whatever it is, I don't care. So either you care or you don't. But it can't be both. And it's very odd. And I'm just very confused.
Our service members won't be activists and ideologues. They will be fighters and warriors. They will fight for our country. And Pete, congratulations. Secretary of Defense, congratulations.
Yeah, but you're ashamed. I didn't say angry. I'm using your word. You said ashamed.
And he's not big into the woke movement, I can tell you. I know him.
I said shit. Me neither.
Well, I am pleased to report that in January, the U.S. Army had its single best recruiting month in 15 years, and that all armed services are having among the best recruiting results ever in the history of our services.
And you can see again, Democrat
difference.
Just getting around.
And you know, it was just a few months ago where the results were exactly the opposite. We couldn't recruit anywhere. We couldn't recruit. Now we're having.
Now let me just say something else really quick. If I'm not in your head, I can't see you. I can't. All I know is the words that you put on my screen. So if you put negative words that tie to a negative emotion, the assumption is that you're saying that to me in the chat. And so if we're going to if you're going to say something, assume that we're going to address it. If you're just thinking a thing, again, you're free to just say just random shit. But like that, let me know that, hey, you don't need to engage with any of this. I'm just throwing my thoughts out there. Because then if I, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know where you're coming from. And then it seems like, not that I agree that you, but like, I don't know what to do here. I don't want to ignore you because you're not really moving the conversation along. But if you're just kind of just saying things to say things, that's totally cool. But then let me know so that the rest of us can continue having our conversation.
The best results just about that we've ever had. What a tremendous turnaround. It's really a beautiful thing to see. People love our country again. It's very simple. They love our country and they love being in our military again. So it's a great thing. And thank you very much. Great job. Thank you.
And again, guys, since we didn't see much of look at this fruitcake. Since we didn't see a lot of the cutaways like this, then once we're done with the actual speech, which I don't believe goes all this way. This was a little bit longer. This video is a little bit longer. Then we'll go back and see if we can find some good cutaways.
Tonight, by a young man, Jason Hartley, who knows the weight of that call of duty. Jason's father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all wore the uniform. Jason tragically lost his dad, who was also a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy when he was just a boy, and now he wants to carry on the family legacy of service. Jason is a senior in high school, a 6-letter varsity athlete, a really good athlete, they say, a brilliant student with a 4.46, that's good, GPA. And his greatest dream is to attend the U.S. Military Academy at West Point.
Oh, disgusting. Disgusting. Is that Elon? There he is. There he is. Since it's Trump, guys, I'll give it an extra half hour, but we are coming up on the 2.5 hour mark. So if you would like to keep the party raging, you know how to do it.
Jason, that's a very big deal getting in. That's a hard one to get into, but I'm pleased to inform you that your application has been accepted. You will soon be joining the Corps of Cadets.
Oh, disgusting. Disgusting. Those people must feel awful.
Thank you. Jason, you're going to be on the long gray line, Jason. As Commander-in-Chief, my focus is on building the most powerful military of the future. As a first step, I'm asking Congress
Not already have the most powerful military?
to fund a state-of-the-art Golden Dome missile defense shield to protect our homeland, all made in the USA.
Do we need that? Do we need that?
Ronald Reagan,
Sounds kind of expensive. And I don't really know who would be in the position to want to fuck around with the United States military. But still, we can see not a single Democrat standing.
wanted to do it long ago, but the technology just wasn't there, not even close. But now we have the technology. It's incredible, actually. And other places, they have it. Israel has it. Other places have it. And the United States should have it too, right, Tim, right? They should have it too. So I want to thank you. But it's a very, very important. This is a very dangerous world. We should have it. We want to be protected, and we're going to protect our citizens like never before. To boost our defense industrial base, we are also
They don't got the fucking balls.
going to resurrect the American shipbuilding industry, including commercial shipbuilding and military shipbuilding. And for that purpose, I am announcing tonight that we will create a new Office of Shipbuilding in the White House and offer special tax incentives to bring this industry home to America where it belongs. We used to make so many ships. We don't make them anymore very much, but we're going to make them very fast, very soon. It will have a huge impact. To further
Right, but I mean, like, are they going to send missiles over that we couldn't already enter? I'm not saying like that we wouldn't need that protection. I'm talking about the practicality of the fact that we already have a military that's like 10 times whatever else, and that sounds like a lot of money. I don't know. Those damn Canadians, they start chucking syrup over the border. We need to be ready. All right, you convinced me. You convinced me.
further enhance our national security, my administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal, and we've already started doing it.
The missile defense is more
Yesterday-
strength. Like, you can't even attack us, so don't fuck around and find out. I can see that. I just feel like we're kind of already at that place, no?
A large American company announced they are buying both ports around the Panama Canal and lots of other things having to do with the Panama Canal and a couple of other canals. The Panama Canal was built by
That's what she said.
Panama Canal and a couple of other canals. The Panama Canal was built by Americans for Americans, not for others, but others could use it. But it was built at tremendous cost of American blood and treasure. 38,000 workers died building the Panama Canal. They died of malaria. They died of snake bites and mosquitoes. Not a nice place to work. They paid them very highly to go there, knowing there was a 25% chance that they would die. The most expensive project also that was ever built in our country's history, if you bring it up to modern day costs. It was given away by the Carter administration for $1, but that agreement has been violated very severely. We didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama. We're taking it back.
Taking it back. We're coming back. As I said, our air defenses aren't top notch. Not really a huge issue today, but if it becomes an issue, we are behind. I mean, it definitely makes sense. That's just my initial gut reaction to any military spending is, do we really need that? But, you know, I mean, I'm not saying we don't need that. I'm just saying that's where my brain goes. Master said maybe we'll have to fight Canada, but what will we do after lunch? Oh, man.
Marco Rubio in charge. Good luck, Marco. Now, we know who to blame if anything goes wrong. Now, Marco's been amazing, and he's going to do a great job. Think of it. He got 100 votes.
Before, my dad was really early on the Trump train, but not like right away. And before he was on Trump, he was on to Marco Rubio. And it's interesting to see how all this stuff plays out, you know, especially somebody who didn't really pay attention to politics before 2015. I haven't had the experience of seeing things play out over a course of multiple presidencies. It is interesting. I said, I don't really want to spend the money on it either, though. Seems like there's more pressing issues. Bingo. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You know, he was approved with actually 99, but the 100th was this gentleman, and I feel very certain. So let's assume he got 100 votes. And I'm either very, very happy about that or I'm very concerned about it.
Voter fraud! Voter fraud! Voter fraud!
But he's already proven. I mean, he's a great gentleman. He's respected by everybody, and we appreciate you voting for Marco. He's going to do a fantastic job. Thank you. Thank you. He's doing a great job. Great job. And I also have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland. We strongly support your right to determine your own future. And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need.
Wait. What did he just say? Did he just say?
And if you choose.
If you what? If you choose. Okay.
We welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security. And we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. But we need it really for international world security. And I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it. We will keep you safe. We will make you rich, and together we will take Greenland to heights like you have never thought possible before. It's a very small population, but very, very large piece of land and very, very important for military security. America is one.
Grade B. Grade B. Grade A. You got to get the grade A maple syrup.
Again, standing strong against the forces of radical Islamic terrorism. 3.5 years ago, ISIS terrorists killed 13 American service members and countless others in the Abbey Gate bombing during the disastrous and incompetent withdrawal from Afghanistan. Not that they were withdrawing, it was the way they withdrew. Perhaps the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. Bingo. Tonight, I am pleased to announce that we have just apprehended the top terrorist responsible for that atrocity, and he is right now on his way here to face the swift sword of American justice.
Look at that visual. A terrorist is coming to America to pay the price for what he's done. Nope. Fuck all of that. We got a couple claps. Nancy's clapping. These bitches ain't even paying attention. The disrespect. The disrespect.
And I want to thank especially the government of Pakistan for helping arrest this monster. This was a very momentous day for those 13 families who I actually got to know very well, most of them, whose children were murdered, and the many people that were so badly, over 42 people, so badly injured on that fateful day in Afghanistan. What a horrible day. Such incompetence was shown that when Putin saw what happened, I guess he said, wow, maybe this is my chance. That's how bad it was. Should have never happened. Grossly incompetent people. I spoke to many of the parents and loved ones, and they're all in our hearts tonight. Just spoke to them on the phone. We had a big call. Every one of them called, and Everybody was on the line, and they did nothing but cry with happiness. They were very happy, as happy as you can be under those circumstances. Their child, brother, sister, son, daughter was killed for no reason whatsoever. In the Middle East, we're bringing back our hostages from Gaza. In my first term, we achieved one of the most groundbreaking peace agreements in generations, the Abraham Accords.
Oh, yeah. That was one of the biggest things, even before I was, on the Trump train.
And now
The Abraham Accords, I was like, all right, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
we're going to build on that foundation to create a more peaceful and prosperous future for the
Hey, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, yeah, I mean.
entire region. A lot of things are happening in the Middle East. People have been talking about that so much lately with everything going on with Ukraine and Russia.
Hey,
A
girl.
lot of things are happening in the Middle East. It's a rough neighborhood, actually. I'm also working tirelessly to end the savage conflict in Ukraine. Millions of Ukrainians and Russians have been needlessly killed or wounded in this
Zelensky ain't working on it.
horrific and brutal conflict with no end in sight. The United States has sent hundreds of billions of dollars to support Ukraine's defense with no security,
Yeah,
with
now they clap.
no anything.
Now they clap. Again, it's more embarrassing that you're clapping about this than if you just were silently in favor of it.
Do you want to keep it going for another 5 years? Yeah, you would say Pocahontas says yes.
What to her? What to her? There it is. Oh, you got me. You got me.
2000
Oh, you want to tell me she ain't mad right now? She is fuming.
people are being killed every single week. More than that. They're Russian young people. They're Ukrainian young people. They're not Americans, but I want it to stop. Meanwhile, Europe has sadly spent more money buying Russian oil and gas than they have spent on defending Ukraine by far. Think of that. They've spent more buying Russian oil and gas than they have defending. And we've spent perhaps $350 billion, like taking candy from a baby. That's what happened. And they've spent $100 billion. What a difference that is. And we have an ocean separating us, and they don't. But we're getting along very well with them, and lots of good things are happening.
Yeah, Zelensky's in Zelensky's in the office like, you will know, you got you got an ocean between you, but you'll see. Sounds like Europe will see before America. So that was a very dumb thing to say. Again, over my head, I don't know who Jimmy Dugan is.
Biden has authorized more money in this
Dugan.
fight than Europe has spent by
Sorry.
billions and billions of dollars. It's hard to believe that they wouldn't have stopped it and said at some point, come on, let's equalize. You got to be equal to us. But that didn't happen. Earlier today,
Talking shit.
come on,
Got
let's
caught
equalize. You got to
talking
be equal
shit.
to us. But that didn't happen. Earlier today, I received an important letter from President Zelensky of Ukraine. The letter reads, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer. Nobody wants peace more than the Ukrainians, he said. My team and I stand ready to work under President Trump's strong leadership to get a peace that lasts. We do really value how much America has done to help Ukraine maintain its sovereignty and independence. Regarding the agreement on minerals and security, Ukraine is ready to sign it at any time that is convenient for you. I appreciate that he sent this letter, just got it a little while ago. Simultaneously, we've had serious discussions with Russia and have received strong signals that they are ready for peace. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Oh, it would be beautiful unless you're a Democrat. This guy got caught. He was like, oh, wait. I'm not supposed to like that. He's like, oh, shit. Don't stop clapping. Fuck.
Wouldn't that be beautiful? It's time to stop this madness. It's time to halt the killing. It's time to end the senseless war. If you want to end wars, you have to talk to both sides. Nearly 4 years ago, amid rising tensions, a history teacher named Mark Fogel was detained in Russia and sentenced to 14 years in a penal colony. Rough stuff. The previous administration barely lifted a finger to help him. They knew he was innocent, but they had no idea where to begin. But last summer, I promised his 95-year-old mother, Malphine, that we would bring her boy safely back home. After 22 days in office, I did just that, and they are here tonight.
Let's go. Let's go. And again, that's the purpose of this speech, is to be like, look at me and look at all the good things that I've done so far. That's why we're here. Shifty shift.
To Mark and his great mom, we are delighted to have you safe and sound and with us. As fate would have it, Mark Fogel was born in a small rural town in Butler, Pennsylvania. Have you heard of it? Where his mother has lived for the past 78 years. I just happened to go there last July 13th for a rally.
Did he? I don't know if I remember that.
That was not pleasant. And that is
Shout out to Dude in Suit. Welcome to the party, sir. Very good to see ya.
where I met his beautiful mom right before I walked onto that stage.
And
I
got shot in the face.
Told her I would not forget what she said about her son. And I never did I? Never forgot. Less than 10 minutes later, at that same rally, gunfire rang out, and a sick and deranged assassin unloaded 8 bullets from his sniper's perch into a crowd of many thousands of people. My life was saved by a fraction of an inch, but some were not so lucky. Corey Comparator was a firefighter, a veteran, a Christian, a husband, a devoted father, and above all, a protector. When the sound of gunshots pierced the air, it was a horrible sound. Corey knew instantly what it was and what to do. He threw himself on top of his wife and daughters and shielded them from the bullets with his own body. Corey was hit really hard. You know the story from there. He sacrificed his life to save theirs. 2 others, very fine people, were also seriously hit. But thankfully, with the help of 2 great country doctors, we thought they were gone and they were saved. So those doctors had great talent. We're joined by Corey's wife, Helen, who was
I've seen it. I don't know it by heart.
his high school sweetheart, and their 2 beloved daughters, Allison and Kaylee. Thank you.
Yeah, Dylan's saying the left side's holding up their fruity little signs. The one we were watching before wasn't cutting away. So if we can finish and keep going, then we're gonna go back through it. And I think somewhere around here we saw like all their stupid little signs. Somewhere around here, we'll find it. What would that be though? Because I mean, usually when you have like a Lake and the Lake and Riley Act was somewhere where we didn't already have the specific legislation because of the fact that it was being ignored, and so had to compile on. I mean, I'm down for the dedication, but I don't know. Like, assassination is already so fully illegal. I don't know what they would do, but I'm certainly down. I am certainly down. All right, who's the hottest one? Well, I mean, okay, which one's hotter? 1 or 2? Who's hotter? 1 or 2? Go 1. Yep.
To Helen, Allison, and Kaylee.
Any film says 1.
Corey is looking down on his 3 beautiful ladies right now, and he is cheering you on. He loves you. He is cheering you on. Corey was taken from us much too soon, but his destiny was to leave us all with a shining.
I did not put together that they were his daughters talking about their dead father, where I'm like, who's hotter? But sorry.
Example of the selfless devotion of a true American patriot. It was love like Corey's that built our country, and it's love like Corey's that is going to make our country more majestic than ever before. I believe that my life was saved that day in Butler for a very good reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. I believe that. Thank you very much. From the patriots of Lexington and Concord to the heroes of Gettysburg and Normandy, from the warriors who crossed the Delaware to the trailblazers who climbed the Rockies, and from the legends who soared at Kitty Hawk to the astronauts who touched the moon, Americans have always been the people who defied all odds, transcended all dangers, made the most extraordinary sacrifices, and did whatever it took to defend our children, our country, and our freedom. And as we have seen in this chamber tonight, that same strength, faith, love, and spirit is still alive and thriving in the hearts of the American people.
Well, half of them.
Despite the best efforts of those who would try to censor us, silence us, break us, destroy us.
Oh, goddamn it. Yeah, that would be all these
people who
people
would try to
right
censor us, silence us, break us, destroy us. Americans are today a proud, free, sovereign, and
wait, this is another Fox one? Fox 5 couldn't give me the cutaways?
independent nation that will always be free, and we will fight for it till death. We will never let anything happen to our beloved country, because we are a country of doers, dreamers, fighters, and survivors. Our ancestors crossed a vast ocean, strode into the unknown wilderness, and carved their fortunes from the rock and soil of a perilous and very dangerous frontier. They chased our destiny across a boundless continent. They built the railroads, laid the highways, and graced the world with American marvels like the Empire State Building, the mighty Hoover Dam, and the towering Golden Gate Bridge. They lit the world with electricity, broke free of the force of gravity, fired up the engines of American industry, vanquished the communists, fascists, and Marxists all over the world, and gave us countless modern wonders sculptured out of iron, glass, and steel. We stand on the shoulders of these pioneers who won and built the modern age. These workers who poured their sweat into the skylines of our cities. These warriors who shed their blood on fields of battle and gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom.
How few people, just percentage-wise, how few people are left that have that drive and fight in them? I mean, I'll admit, I don't. I'm spoiled as in terms of American value. I'm spoiled, but I just want to sit around and have somebody else fix it for me.
Now it is our time to take up the righteous cause of American liberty. And it is our turn to take America's destiny into our own hands and begin the most thrilling days in the history of our country. This will be our greatest era. With God's help, over the next 4 years, we are going to lead this nation even higher, and we are going to forge the freest, most advanced, most dynamic, and most dominant civilization ever to exist on the face of this earth. We are going to create the highest quality of life, build the safest and wealthiest and healthiest and most vital communities anywhere in the world.
He's such a racist, awful person.
We are going to conquer the vast frontiers of science, and we are going to lead humanity into space and plant the American flag on the planet Mars and even far beyond.
What that was just said? Are you so opposed to? I don't get it. It's just that he said it.
And through it all, we are going to rediscover the unstoppable power of the American spirit.
I definitely saw the movie. I didn't know that was Penthouse.
And we are going to renew unlimited promise of the American dream. Every single day, we will stand up and we will fight, fight, fight for the country our citizens believe in and for the country our people deserve.
Fight, fight, fight.
My fellow Americans, get ready for an incredible future, because the golden age of America has only just begun. It will be like nothing that has ever been seen before.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Emma Stein said, I hear you. I'm spoiled too. Many of us are. We've been lazy, and I think as a country, we need to get off our asses. Hard to argue with that. Hard to argue with that.
It will be like nothing that has ever been seen before. Thank you. God bless you. And God bless America.
All right. Beautiful. So let's go back. Now that we got a good stream, let's go back to where everything starts, and then we'll jump through and see if we can find some of these cutaways. Actually, I'll leave this. We got our boy Al Green. Look at that. So he started yelling, and they were like, nah, motherfucker, USA.
And one counties in our country, 2,700 to 525, on a map that reads almost completely red for Republican.
Yeah.
Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is
Oh, man.
Likewise, small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded.
Still going.
A 41-point
Get him out of there.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
They're so mad.
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order to the joint session.
Order? Why would I want order? I'm only a government official. I'm only representing an entire constituency. Why would I want that?
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue.
This is where the signs
In fact, it has
are
been
coming
stated
in.
by many that the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful in the history of our nation. By many.
That's when they laughed. And look at all the fruitcakes. Musk steals. No, you guys do. Projection. And we got what's her face with that's a lie. False. And then we had where is it? So I want all of you guys to give me your best meme. Your best meme. Oh, that's this bitch right here. This bitch right here. Give me your best meme.
And what makes it even more impressive is that, you know who number 2 is? George Washington. How about that? I don't know about that list, but ever recorded. Or the stoppage to announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap,
and they're all in their either their pink uniform, just like the pussy hats, or their Ukrainian gold and blue. Shout out to Right Click. Welcome to the party. I'm still wet. God.
will not stand and certainly will not cheer for
Welcome
these
to the party.
astronomical.
And they think, look how cool they look at these two. They think they're so cool.
Will not stand and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical.
Like, oh my God, he's such a loser.
Will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what. Five times I've been up here. It's very sad, and it just shouldn't be this way.
And so I guess they're all saying, no, it should be this way. We should all be acting like little bitches. If you're just joining us, we did go through the entire speech. Catch that on the replay if you would like to hear my commentary. But the link that we had was not cutting away and showing the crowd. So we're going through now. Shout out to Indie Film who got us this link. We're just jumping through, seeing if we can find some of the goodies. What is this one here? What is this one here? Is that Hakeem Jeffries?
Terminated the ridiculous Green New Scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars that other countries were not paying. I withdrew from the corrupt
Hakeem.
World Health Organization. And I also withdrew from the anti-American UN.
What do we got here? What do we got here?
Viciously prosecute his political opponent like me. How did that work out?
Not so well.
Not too good.
Like, take the L. At least on this specific thing where you're being directly called out. Take the L.
And I've stopped all government censorship and brought back free speech in America. It's back.
Oh, please cut away for this one. Look at that. Look at that. Free speech. Not one person even clapping. Even clapping for free speech. They're like, nah, ain't about that.
Years ago, I signed
As if we didn't know.
an order making English the official language of the United States of America.
Who that? Who that? Who that?
Girls' volleyball match was
Oh, this is the girl that got
invaded by a male. He smashed the ball so hard in Peyton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side and ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Peyton is here tonight in the gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team, or they will lose all federal funding.
Hey, the Elon response, bringing out the Doge.
And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. Doge. Perhaps you've heard.
I definitely need to take a closer look at this because I would believe it, but I personally have also been asked, do I wear eyeliner? And I didn't. In case you needed proof right there. We gotta, we gotta see this. I don't know, man. I think it's the lighting. You got a picture where it's more
Government
clear?
efficiency. Doge. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps.
Yeah.
Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
Who is that? Who is that? That's how you want to look over 30. That's how you want to look over 30. And again, all of these signs in the bag, you fucking cry, baby losers. Ah! Ah! I'm going to pretend I'm on my phone. Nobody likes you, bitch.
Thank you, Elon. He's working very hard. He didn't need this. He didn't need this. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe. They just side appreciates it, I believe. They just don't want to admit that. Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified. $22 billion from HHS to provide free housing and cars for paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid and nobody does, and it really hurts. You're going to find it. Many of them.
Oh, all this.
Good luck, because it just keeps find it. But a lot of money is paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid and nobody does, and it really hurts.
Pocahontas! Oh my God! Oh my God! Savagery! Her last name, or her name is latest hose bag. What is that? What is that? It's okay, guys. It's just me, and he's one of the African Americans Trump was talking about.
And hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159, and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old. Developed in great detail what we are calling the gold card, which
Okay, yeah, let's hear this again. Let's go back. I want to hear this again because I didn't fully.
With that goal in mind, we have developed in great detail what we are calling the gold card, which goes on sale very, very soon. For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the green card, but better and more sophisticated.
Okay. So, someone 69, you were saying that you're not so sure about that. The ability to buy your way into citizenship does seem on paper like it is an issue. I would have to see how that plays out before I could really have a position, but I definitely get the hesitancy. At least we didn't have to choose. At least we didn't have to see Maxine Waters' ugly mug. Never seen anyone more resemble a Dark Crystal character. Oh my god! Dylan said, by the way, there was a protest near my hometown that was anti-Doge. There was also an anti-Doge protest in that room. They're the sugar loafers. Said, I'm 175. Does this mean I won't be getting my Social Security anymore? That seems unfair. Cry about it. I was going to call you a boomer, but 175 would be more like a silent generation, maybe. Just I always wanted to drive down and interview some, maybe troll a bit. That I would like to see. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm 169. Let's see more.
And these people will have to pay tax in our country. They won't have to pay tax from where they came. The money that they've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs. They'll also be taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them in our country instead of having them being forced out. Number one at the top school, as an example, being forced out.
What do we got here?
Tremendous success in our first term with it. A very big part of our plan. We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board. And to get urgently needed relief to Americans hit especially hard by inflation, I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors.
Again, like, why do you not want Americans to have money? Like, okay, we got some claps, we got some standing, all right. Am I reasonable people? Is that shifty shit that actually just stood up? Start by paying your taxes. Loser. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, like, seriously. Like, oh my God, like, seriously.
I also want to make interest payments on car loans tax deductible, but only if the car is made in America. And by the way, we're going to have growth in the auto industry like nobody's ever seen. Plants are a job that has allowed him to serve as the captain of his local volunteer fire department, raise 7 children.
Right. Yeah, he ain't even taking the salary for the job.
With his beautiful wife, Nicole, and over the years provide a loving home for more than 40 foster children. So great job.
Yeah, we let y'all think that. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, because they all pay taxes, and none of them are into insider training at all. It's all theater.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Stories like Jeff's remind us that tariffs are not just about protecting American human traffickers, gang members, and other criminals from the streets of dangerous cities.
Of course, talking about the border.
All throughout the world. Because of Joe Biden's insane and very dangerous open border policies, they are now strongly embedded in our country, but we are getting them out and getting them out fast.
The ones are still here.
And I want to thank Tom Homan and Christy. I want to thank you and Paul of Border Patrol. I want to thank you. What a job they've all done. Everybody, Border Patrol, ICE, law enforcement in general is incredible. We have to take care of our law enforcement. Have to. Last year,
Hey, girl. Hey, yo. Hey, yeah. Oh, ow.
last year, a brilliant 22-year-old nursing student named Laken.
I'm about it. Okay, so let's see. They're going back to the Lake and Riley stuff. I want to see them, hear what he has to say, and not react. Again, if you're just joining us, we did go through the entire speech already, but the stream we were watching didn't cut away to the crowd or anything. So you can check out the entire thing. And now we're just going for the goodies.
Laken Riley, the best in her class, admired by everybody, went out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia. That morning, Laken was viciously attacked, assaulted, beaten, brutalized, and horrifically murdered.
Anywhere but here. Anywhere but here.
Laken was stolen from us by a savage illegal alien gang member who was arrested while trespassing across Biden's open southern border.
That's what this is? Like, how come every time I'm like, hey, yo, we're talking about a dead person's family. I did not mean any disrespect. I just think you're cute as fuck.
And then set loose into the United States under the heartless policies of that failed administration. It was indeed a failed administration. He had then been arrested and released in a Democrat-run sanctuary city, a disaster, before ending the life of this beautiful young angel. With us this evening are Laken's beloved mother, Allison, and her sister, Lauren.
Lauren Riley. Actually, how old is she? She look like she'd be on the younger side. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying she's cute. I didn't say I didn't say anything. She's.
Last year, I told Laken's grieving parents that we would ensure their daughter would not have died in vain. That's why the very first bill I signed.
That's what I'm saying. She was Laken was a college girl, right? So she's got a younger sister. Yeah, I didn't know that. I did when I heard it. I'm sorry. We're skipping around.
Signed into law as
I see, pretty
the
girl.
47th president mandates the detention of all dangerous criminal aliens who threaten public safety. It's a very strong, powerful act.
What we got here?
Now, just as I promised in my inaugural address, we are achieving the great liberation of America.
Oh. Nothing.
But there still is much work to be done. Here tonight is a woman I have gotten to know, Alexis Nungari from Houston. Wonderful.
Can I say she's hot?
Woman. Last June, Alexis's 12-year-old daughter, her precious Jocelyn, walked to a nearby
Notice, I didn't say shit about the daughter. I said she's hot.
Convenience store. She was kidnapped, tied up, assaulted for 2 hours under a bridge, and horrifically murdered. Arrested and charged with this heinous crime are 2 illegal alien monsters from Venezuela, released into America by the last administration through their ridiculous open border. The death of this beautiful 12-year-old girl and the
I'm getting drunk. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
agony of her mother and family touched our entire nation greatly. Alexis, I promised that we would always remember your daughter, your magnificent daughter. And earlier tonight, I signed an order keeping my word to you. One thing I have learned about Jocelyn is that she loved animals so much. She loved nature.
She's got a little bit more of a round face. I usually like a longer face, but I mean, that's nitpicking.
Across Galveston Bay, from where Jocelyn lived in Houston, you will find a magnificent national wildlife refuge, a pristine, peaceful, 34,000-acre sanctuary for all of God's creatures.
Bro, I think you might be gay.
On the edge of the Gulf of America. Alexis, moments ago, I formally renamed that refuge in loving memory of your beautiful daughter, Jocelyn. So, Mr. Vice President, if you would, may I have the order? With Jocelyn and Laken's murders were members of the Venezuelan prison gang, the toughest gang, they say, in the world, known as Tren de Aragua.
That's a good line.
2 weeks ago, I officially designated this gang, along with MS-13 and the bloodthirsty Mexican drug cartels, as foreign
you're gay.
terrorist organizations. They are now officially in the same category as ISIS, and that's not good for them. Countless
Shout out to Cash.
DOJ, Pam, good luck. Cash, wherever you may be, good luck. Good luck. Pam Bondi.
Bad government.
Good luck. So important. Going to do a great job. Cash, thank you. Thank you, Cash.
Who that? Who that? All right, who's up next?
They've already started very strong. They're going to do a fantastic job. You're going to be very
Listen to the ladies.
proud of them. We're also once again giving our police officers the support, protection, and respect they so dearly deserve. They have to get it. They have such a hard, dangerous job, but we're going to make it less dangerous. The problem is the bad guys don't respect the law, but they're starting to respect it, and they soon will respect it.
That's right. Use the proper terminology.
Also includes our great fire departments throughout the country. Our fire.
A good flan is all I need.
Firemen and women are unbelievable people, and I will never forget them. And besides that, they voted for me in record numbers, so I have no choice.
So I think there's one more cutaway, and then we've caught up, and we've seen everything.
1 year ago this month, 31-year-old New York police officer Jonathan Diller, unbelievably wonderful person, and a great officer, was gunned down at a traffic stop on Long Island I went to.
Hey, yo, Daddy Dave, but you looking good, girl.
His funeral. The vicious criminal charged with his murder had 21 prior arrests, and they were rough.
She's not like hot, but she's like a cute, like average kind of girl.
Arrests. So he was a real bad one. The thug in the seat next to him had 14 prior arrests and went by the name of Killer. He was Killer. He killed other people, they say, a lot of them. I attended Officer Diller's service, and when I met his wife and 1-year-old son, Ryan, it was very inspirational, actually. His widow's name is Stephanie, and she is here tonight. Stephanie, thank you very much, Stephanie. Thank you very much.
Strong. Oh, there you go. Need a new one? Strong six. Strong six. I'm not usually into blondes as much, but she's strong six.
Stephanie, we're going to make sure that Ryan knows his dad was a true hero, New York's finest. And we're going to get these cold-blooded killers and repeat offenders off our streets, and we're going to do it fast. Got to stop it. They get out with 28 arrests. They push people into subway trains.
And there we
go. They hit
go.
people over the head, back of the head with baseball bats. We got to get them out of here. I've already signed an executive order requiring a mandatory death penalty for anyone who murders a police officer. And tonight I'm asking Congress to pass that policy into permanent law.
All right, guys. So, I mean, that's the whole thing. Then they're moving on to little Daniel back here. You want to see that one more time before we go? Let's go one more time.
For a new crime bill getting tough on repeat offenders.
Well, hey, again, we already went through the speech. So this is just looking at the cutaways, having fun.
While enhancing protections for America's police officers so they can do their jobs without fear of their lives being totally destroyed. They don't want to be killed. We're not going to let them be killed. Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
Hold him by his waist. That's such an awkward way to hold him. They're coming for you, right click. They're coming for you.
But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
Let's get a little bit of that luck with Morty. They gave him 6 to 12 months about 6 months ago. So we on a clock. Both of you at the same time. Funkmaster said, what do you expect? This guy's wearing a Texas shirt. Any film said, love Dad's Texas shirt and cowboy hat. Love it. America, Jack. And again, look, nobody We got some claps, but nobody is standing for a 13-year-old cancer-surviving child who wants to be a police officer.
Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer, actually a number of times. The police love him, the police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
Look at that facial expression. Oh, let's see that one more time. Look at that. Look at that. That is heartwarming.
Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
Aww. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, guys. So that is the speech. Oh. And again, I mean, look at that. Look at that. Because you can see everybody who was standing up, sitting down. Nobody. What could you possibly? What I don't understand. I don't understand what the message that you're trying to send to your constituency. When you see a 13-year-old cancer survivor who wants to serve his country and gets an amazing opportunity, who happens to be black, by the way, party that's obsessed with race, and then nothing. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. What do we got here? Dylan said the DNC are inhumans for reals. Oh my goodness. Shout out to Funk Master General coming in with the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Let's give him a double. Since we already finished the speech, there ain't much else to go over. We'll give him a double there. Thank you so very, very much, sir. And of course, that makes you the new sponsor of the stream. Coming through at the last minute. Oh, warming my heart. No question, no comment, just pure love of the Overlord. Thank you so very, very much. I wish we had, unless there's anything else that, okay, what does Dylan say? I love the clip where one MSNBC anchor literally finished wishing the child well before launching into an anti-Trump tirade. Let's see if we can find that. MSNBC, DJ, that was him, right? No, that wasn't him. What the fuck was his kid's name?
You and Secret Service, the biggest honor of departments have been.
Man. God damn it. Oh, I put it right here. Nope, that's not what we want to do. DJ Cancer. What do we got?
Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
The clip. We's walking.
The Democrats, their reaction to President Trump's address last night is being called embarrassing, disgraceful, one of the ugliest displays of partisan politics in American history.
Where have we heard that before?
Now listen to this. The night began with several Democrats turning their backs on the president, then walking out.
I'm sorry.
All right, y'all, I don't have a lot of time. I just came off the House floor. I could not stand one more second, tolerate one more second.
And not to be outdone, Congressman Al Green made such a scene, he had to be thrown out.
That's your warning. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Yeah, this is Fox though, so they're not going to give us what we want. Come on, baby, give me the go. Oh, what about what? Let's see if.
Yeah, got a new show for y'all. Got a damn good show. All right, everybody. Everybody's.
The president made a spectacle.
Is this it? Is this it, Dylan?
Oh, yeah.
Out of praising a young man who thus far survived pediatric cancer, as if the president had something to do with that. So I think
he made it a spectacle. Yeah. And he made it like he had something to do with him. Yeah. Thus far being successful in battling cancer. Yeah.
Newfield said if you read his lips, he said he wants to work the Butler case and hunt the bastards down. Let him go for
That's
it.
why I lose all faith in women. They're wicked and trivial. And women are, I've said this over and over. I know men and did some evil things in our past in history. I mean, I'm not denying that. But there's a special type of evil in a woman. Yeah. But the way to spin that, yeah, I know. So you can push your Democrat narrative to push Democrats back in office. Yeah. Disgusting. It gets worse. I want them to keep doing this. Yeah.
Was it? It was Rachel Maddow, though, right? If not, if you know who it was, we can search that. But I assume they'll probably have
on another level.
In finding one thing that you let yourself do with that. So I think this was a lesson in finding one thing that you let yourself feel. And I let myself feel joy about DJ, and I hope he's alive for another 95 years, right? And I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide.
Wait, what?
Isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide.
That's nuts. They're never going to let go January 6th. Yeah, these people have no boundaries. It's disgusting. Yeah, he's going to fight cancer, and then he's going to become a cop, and then he's going to be at the Capitol, and it's going to be another January 6th, and he's going to be fighting against Trump. I mean, does that make sense? How can he, by the time he's of age to be a police officer, Trump's no longer the president. But she started out.
I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt, but god damn. Dylan said she couldn't take a day off for 30 seconds, just 30 seconds off. Nope, gotta be on. She said, for fuck's sake. Oh, this bitch is for real. Yep. The dinosaur. I also saw a video saying that Zelensky had met with Dems right before the Trump and Vance debacle. They're saying he was put up to blowing the whole thing. I believe it. And actually, while we're here, shout out to King Nirvana, we will, I have another clip. Let's get through this. We'll do one more since Funkmaster was so general along with the rest of you guys.
Great. Yeah. But she had to get that last jab in. He builds you up, then you turn your back. Get that jab in. I mean, from the right point of view, us on the right, I just feel like those charges, those people who started in January 6th, it was all crumped up charges. Yeah, majority of them. Yeah, it was sensationalized. Yep. Right. You know what I mean? And it's like, and they still, this is just one of their talking points they'll never let go. Yeah, but just to play devil's advocate, politicians, you can't trust what they say. But I've met that man in person, and when I came, I know he didn't know
I know, I'm not here for you.
And I keep forgetting help.
Conspiracy. I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those people.
Can I just comment on this? Seditious conspiracy?
I want this original clip. Of course they don't have it.
Those people is there to take over the government? Do you actually believe that? Yeah. What was the place to put in your paint? But conspiracy makes it what to do. This dude's name is Green. Man, anybody should be appalled by his behavior.
Did get reaction on
the Democrats during the start of the speech. And this is how it played out.
Wanting to get reaction on Congressman Al Green's antics and being ejected. 80% of speech watchers said that the Democratic congressman's interrupting of Trump's speech was inappropriate. Only 20% of speech watchers thought what Green did was appropriate, Aaron.
There's always, every time the president is addressing the country, Republicans push back when Biden says things, but Green, he interrupted the speech. He didn't let him continue this. Like last year, when Biden was in office, right? When he did his State of the Union speech, or he was addressing the country, a lot of Republicans pushed back on that we was trying to cut Social Security, which is a bold-faced lie, and a lot of Republicans object.
All right. Well, I mean, if somebody could find that that actual clip, I'm down to watch it, but I don't seem to see it here. Let's try Megyn Kelly's usual little bit.
Here is that MSNBC reaction that I teased at the top of the show, and this was in response to Little D.
It was a genuinely beautiful moment. The beauty of that child is the tragedy of the Trump presidency, because we don't know how he survived pediatric cancer, but it's likely he benefited from some sort of cancer research. And it is a fact that Trump has slashed cancer research. And I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those people.
Oh my God.
Jesus. So yeah, people are fucking crazy. But this is Dave Smith on his podcast addressing the Zelensky debacle, as Glomsek is calling it here.
Look, you're not here for a confrontation. You're here to beg for more help. And in that situation, even if you don't like it and you're losing, and JD Vance goes, have you even said thank you? Like one time, your response can't be, I said it lots of times. Like, what are you doing here? Well, I think this is such a positive, ultimately, is that maybe what Donald Trump said at the end there ends up being the final thing. Hey, I guess it's impossible to do business with this guy. It just like reminds me of the during the vaccine passport debate over the COVID jab. I don't know. People give me shit for calling it a vaccine. I understand. And they would be like, well, we can't have the unvaccinated in the same room as the vaccinated because then that's a risk to the vaccinated. And you'd be like, wait, I'm sorry. This logic just falls apart right on its own. If the vaccine is so effective that we need to force people to get it, then shouldn't the vaccinated people in the restaurant be safe from the unvaccinated people coming and sitting in the restaurant? But it's like the same thing with this war. And this has been true the whole time, where they're like, we're winning. We're beating Vladimir Putin. Look.
Are you
He's so weak. Also, he's a threat to take over all of Europe. You're like, well, which one is it? Which one is it? Is he the guy who's so weak that he can't take Ukraine? Or is he the guy who's going to take Poland next? Which one?
It's whichever one is more convenient for me in this moment. This is what you're not understanding, Dave. They don't have principles. They merely have positions. And those positions will change depending on what they need them to be.
Which one? It can't be both of those. It's got to be one or the other. And then he's such an evil madman that he doesn't care. He wasn't provoked. He did it just for nothing. But he'll never use nukes. We don't have to be worried about the threat of nuclear war. It's just all of this makes no sense. It's been true from the beginning of this war. And so anyway, yeah, just wild. Let's play Donald Trump's response to Zelensky.
Feel. We're trying to.
They always block out the thing, but you guys have
solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that. Remember this. You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good. We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position.
Okay,
You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now.
Not playing cards.
Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to.
And of course, now we have JD Vance over here, Trump over here, and Zelensky here.
Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October.
And Marco Rubio over here.
Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can...
not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble. Wait a minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
And yeah, Funkmaster are saying this is a low-key threat. And that's the thing that someone like who I was when I was an ever-Trumper didn't understand. I didn't understand. If this man knows what the fuck he's doing. He's not just flailing around. This is what he does. This is what he does. Is he infallible? Of course not. But this is what he does. It's like, watching UFC and you see Khabib going in there. It's like, well, is he going to wrestle? You're goddamn right. And can't nobody stop him. Gillen said the fallout from Zelensky's show-off is made funnier when you see some of these leftoid memers trying to make crybaby Vance memes because JD confronts Tiny Tank over showing gratitude. They want to make fun of the people that are in that room. JD Vance is the one that we want to make fun of. Okay, put a one in the chat if you do not know of Zelensky's past before he was president of Ukraine.
In our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks.
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet.
You haven't been alone. We gave you through this stupid president $350 billion. We gave you military equipment. And you men are brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have our military equipment, if you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
Say thank you.
I said a lot of times.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out of the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on. I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards. You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go, and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire?
Pause. Jesus Christ, I'm all over the place. Funkmaster General said, am I the only one who thinks Vance's response was weak when he's asked if he had been to Ukraine? Or what? No, you are not. Because he started off by saying yes. He tried to play off that, like, yes, I've been there. If he had just been like, no, I haven't been there, but it's not that complicated to see that you're in a fucked position. If he had said that, great. But he was like, yeah, I have, but well, I've seen the stories. That was like, I forget what it was. There was a short that I did. Let's see if I can find it right here. Where, this one.
Said to you.
Lost the 2020.
This ain't
In the
it.
debate, you were asked to clarify if you believe Trump lost the 2020 election. Do you believe he lost the 2020 election?
I think that Donald Trump and I have both raised a number of issues with the 2020 election, but we're focused on the future. I think there's an obsession here with focusing on 2020. I'm much more worried about what happened after 2020, which is a wide open border, groceries that are unaffordable. And look,
Senator, yes or no? Okay. Did Donald Trump lose the 2020 election?
Let me ask you a question. Is it okay that big technology companies censored the Hunter Biden laptop story, which independent analysis have said it cost Donald Trump millions of votes?
Senator Vance.
Now, I understand that he's trying to say, well, technically, yeah, if that didn't happen, then Trump would have won because 17% of votes were changed because of that. I understand that. But you're on the New York Times podcast, and it's 4 years later. We have to have a better answer than nothing.
I'm going to ask you again. Did Donald Trump lose the 2020 election?
Did big technology companies censor a story that independent studies have
Never answer a question with a question.
yes, it would cost Trump millions of votes?
Senator Vance, I'm going to ask you again. Did Donald Trump lose the 2020
I've answered
election?
your question with another question. You answer my question and I'll answer yours.
I've asked this question repeatedly. It is something that is very important for the American people to know. There is no proof, legal or otherwise, that Donald Trump did not lose the 2020 election.
You're repeating a slogan rather than engaging with what I'm saying, which is that when our own technology firms engage in industrial scale censorship, by the way, backed up by the federal government, in a way that independent studies suggest affect the votes, I'm worried about Americans who feel like there were problems in 2020. I'm not worried about this slogan that people throw. Well, every court case went this way. I'm talking about something very discrete.
So, I mean, there's a little bit more. And if you would like to watch the whole thing, I will drop the link right there. But yeah, not a great show. And I think that is right in line with what Funkmaster's referring to when Zelensky asked, have you ever been to Ukraine? He said, yeah, well, no, but I've seen the stories. It's like, not quite. Right click said, I think Zelensky wants Ukraine to be wiped out and become Russia. His goals don't point to anything else. I don't know. I think that's I think, Occam's razor would just tell us that no, he's just been propped up and he thinks he's stronger than he is. He thinks he has more leverage than he has. I mean, certainly it's possible, but I would need to see some more evidence to that. But anything is possible, right? Definitely. He's definitely, too big for his britches. And Lucy9 said, Ukraine lost any respect I had when I learned they put men down with Down syndrome on the front lines. Yep. Have you seen the videos of them grabbing people off the street? Hurrah! Yikes. Ephraim said, Vance, no, I haven't been to Ukraine. Who the hell would go to Ukraine? That place is a shithole. That would be a good answer. Exactly. Exactly. And here you go, Dylan, with the same thing. Did Trump lose 2020? Sadly, yes. Was there funny business in 2020? Most likely, but the evidence is circumstantial. And then you can say, but I don't care about the past. We're talking about 2024. There's no benefit in hanging on to the narrative that you want when you're already poised to win again. Perhaps he had leverage over Biden. Burisma. Very true. Very true.
I want a ceasefire.
With guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
Doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what-
That
what
wasn't
is
with me.
means.
That was with a guy named Biden who was not a smart person.
All right, so we're going to hear a little bit. Maybe we'll finish this entire thing. We've been gone already 3.5 hours. But I do want to hear what Dave and Robbie have to say about the exchange. Because I think a lot of people are still in the camp of, oh my God, how could Trump do this?
That's enough of this clip. So there's just so much to break down here. And I mean, look, this is part of the thing too, is like, you're like, dude, I mean, to go at Trump in this manner, he's interrupting every sentence. Like, I'm sorry, dude, but there is just a scenario where, like, what Trump says, you don't have the cards. He's right. You do not have the. You're not in a position to be able to be trying to interrupt Donald Trump and show him up. You got to be gracious here. Like, you're just not. I don't know. You're not in a situation to do this. And for him to be like making these arguments that they were at it alone, and that, you know, like, it's bonkers. This makes no sense. He's even arguing with him where Donald Trump says the last stupid president, and he goes, "You voted for him." Like, what are you doing here, dude? Like, first of all, Donald Trump didn't vote for him. Second of all, I don't know how much you keep up, Zelensky. Donald Trump is not exactly a big believer in what happened in 2020 in terms of the election. But regardless of any of that, what are you trying to do? Like, win the moment here? What's the best case scenario?
Exactly. He can't seem to comprehend he's dealing with a new administration, one that doesn't take any of his shit.
Dunk on this guy, and then like, what? Then he's gonna want to help you because you embarrassed him? Just crazy. It was just like crazy. Like, I don't know, dude. Like I said on Twitter, cocaine's a hell of a drug. I don't know what the hell this guy was thinking, but man, it's the thing is that it kind of does work out great. Ultimately, we can get into that. But I'm saying like little things. Even look, you're not here for a confrontation. You're here to beg for more help. And in that situation, even if you don't like it and you're losing, and JD Vance goes, "Have you even said thank you?" Like one time, your response can't be, "I said it lots of times." Like, what are you doing here? You're trying to battle? You're trying to win? The response to that should be, you know, something like, "I have said thank you many times, but if that has not been clear, then sincerely to you, Mr. Vice President, and to you, Mr. President, thank you for what," you know what I'm saying? Like, your goal here is to win them back over, not battle them at every single turn. It's just crazy. This is like, again,
likely, as M169 said, likely that's the way that he got what he wanted, because of the fact that Biden wasn't actually behind the wheel and Zelensky is an actual president. He had the leverage, he had the cards to go in and be like, "No, this. If you don't do this, then it ain't like that anymore."
And I think what so much of the corporate media and the people who hate Donald Trump are almost overlooking here, but it's like, again, you're in no right. Like you said, you're just asking for more free stuff. And what is it? You don't like, he goes like, "Well, I'd like a ceasefire, but we can't do ceasefire without security guarantees." And ask the Ukrainian people. They want security guarantees. And you're like, who cares? Of course they do. All people.
Not me.
People want a security guarantee. I don't know, but none of us actually have one. Right? Like, it's all like, you know, I was arguing on Piers Morgan's show today with the general about this, where it's like, well, we can't end the war because how do we know Putin won't start the war again?
Then you're back in the same place.
What? Yeah, right. Like, that is not just logically, that doesn't follow. It's like, well, then I guess there's never justification for ever ending a war ever, because hey, who knows, we could be back at war. But if the worst case scenario is we're back where we are now, that's not a good reason to stay where we are now. But also, like, you know, like when you really, like, what is a
shout out to Right Click? Oh, hi, Mark.
Security guarantee, exactly.
No, that one actually was, I did not. Did you notice the black girl works tail down? I did not.
Like, what does that mean? I mean, like, a security guarantee, all that really means is that we're willing to fight. That we're, you know what I mean? Like we're willing, you know, if I like, I do my best to guarantee the safety of my wife and kids, but that just means that if there's a threat, I will do everything in my power to fight it. And that doesn't mean I'll win. There's no guarantee. Might be more force than I can defensively muster up. So then shit, you know, I mean, like, and so for him to say that you're demanding a security guarantee, well, what exactly do you mean by that? That I mean, look, we could, I'm pretty sure we could guarantee Ukrainian security, not guarantee, but like we could, if we send in the 82nd Airborne, we could repel the Russians out of Ukraine. We're not willing to do that. And that's the truth.
How do you know that doesn't escalate to a war with Russia?
Well, that's why we won't do it.
Right. How
Yes.
do you have a direct confrontation?
And so they go on to talk more about that. And yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a lot. The difficulty that I have in covering Dave Smith, I love Dave Smith. I love his content. I love everything that they talk about. And I don't always agree with every word that he says, obviously, but I like the way that he presents things. The issue for me is that, as you just saw, there's not a lot of space for me. And so I can't necessarily just be like, all right, here. That's the third time in one stream. I can't just be like, all right, so here's this podcast and boom. Like I can't do that. So it's you know, it's he just had a podcast with Scott Horton where they also talked about this a little bit, kind of saying the same things, but excuse me. And yeah, I'm definitely down to cover that. It's just it's tough to know when to jump in because I'm listening to them and they're very on point. But you know, it's a whole thing. So, you know, we'll talk about it in the after party. Make sure you are a member of the channel, guys. It starts at just $2.99 a month. That gets you members only live streams here on YouTube, all that other good stuff that comes with it, plus full access to the Discord server. But even if you are not a member of the YouTube channel, click the link at the top of the chat and come hang out with us. Even if you're not familiar with Discord, that's totally cool. It's super simple, and I am more than happy to you know, walk you through it. And it's basically just a large group chat. So if you know how to what the hell is this? What the hell is this? Oh, yeah. If you're not familiar with Discord, I can walk you through it. If you can text people and if you can be in the chat on YouTube, then you can do Discord. So come on through, guys. Big thank you to all of our donations. We had so many, guys. We didn't quite hit the swell goal, but that is okay because you guys really did come through for me. Thank you so very much. And again, guys, a like, a subscribe, a share. These things matter arguably more than money. We've got to grow this community. I've been doing a lot to shift things around and see what is and is not working, and I'm putting the work in, and I hope you guys can see it. Again, even if you are not able to monetarily contribute, like, share, subscribe, those things really do make a difference. So thank you once again for hanging out, guys. I know that you could be doing anything with your night, and yet you spend it here with me and the Overlord, and that is not gone unappreciated. It means the world to me. And again, guys, I'm dead ass serious about this shit. I'm dead serious about this. We are going to take over. We are going to be something. I don't know what, but we are going to be something. Join the community. It is growing. It is continuing to grow. And like I've said before, and will say again, we are way closer to the beginning than to the end. Thank you once again. This is the Overlord, Morty, and I have been your This is Morty, aka the Overlord, and I am your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Until next time, guys, I am out of here. If you are a member, join the fucking party if you want to party. Peace.